I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled around, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. Lonely now, I'll give up everything.
The venom in my brain, running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once, that is so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, part of my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted, created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
Let's get it. I forgot to pull up Paraz. Hold on. Let me pull up Paraz right quick. Completely forgot about him. Oh, is that a new one? It is. Hey, we got a new one. Hot damn. Where is IGN? Where is IGN? Where's PlayStation? Bro. Oh, give me a break with this. Really? Oh, we're starting early, are we? Okay. We're starting early. Okay. Okay. That's what we're doing today, I guess. How we doing this morning? How we doing this morning? Everybody doing all good this morning? Crash out. The burnt peanut just ruined Pride Month for Twitter. Oh, poor Twitter. I guess I'll have to do this thing called sucking it the fuck up. If I gotta start early, everybody's starting early. What was that? Oh, man, they really trying to spin this fucking game into something that it's not, huh? They really trying hard. Oh, what's this? Warframe. Official Jade show. Shadows. Jade Shadows, Jesus. Ice Age Boiling Point. So they're making another Ice Age as well. Oh, I love this game. If you guys have never played Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you guys are missing out. It is probably one of the best open world Dragon Ball Z games I've ever played. It's not a fighter game. It is open world. It's like a 1-to-1 to Dragon Ball Z almost. They recently brought in, oh my god, Super, so you could play in God mode too. So it's so cool. It's so fun.
The Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Daima Adventure Through the Demon Realm Part 1 and 2 are available now.
Oh, they brought in Daima as well? Holy crap.
Let's take a look at some of the new content in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Daima
I'm gonna have to play this game
Adventure
again.
Through the Demon Realm Part
It's so long. It goes through the entirety of Dragon Ball Z. And now Super and Daima.
2. In this DLC, you will have access to a new playable character, Vegeta Mini, along with new enemies to challenge, like Tamagami number 2. Let's take a closer look at these exciting additions.
Let's go, Melissa. Let's
Vegeta
go,
Mini
and Mossy,
excels at fighting
Oak
style
Crackers. Let's go, and this morning, Sticks.
that
Sticks,
quarter
Artemis.
enemies with
Let's go,
unstoppable
Artemis.
combos. Arc Shot is a special move that fires a high-speed shockwave at the opponent. It has minimal openings and is easy to use. If it hits the enemy, it creates a large opening, allowing you to follow up with a high-damage special move. Armor Strike is a special move that charges rapidly after a long build-up to deliver a heavy blow. Charge with super armor from the dash until the strike ends. Crosswave Slash is a special move that swings the spear to unleash a cross-shaped shockwave. The bullets are fast, but they don't track you. Watch for the shockwave and dodge. If you get hit, you'll leave yourself wide open, so be sure to guard if you think you can't dodge in time. Vortex Strike is a special technique that generates a whirlpool of water from the Tamagami number 2 spear. Guardian Tornado generates a massive tornado with powerful effects, capable of nullifying all incoming attacks and hurling the opponent away. With this information,
How's it going, darling? You doing all
let's
right?
take a look at an exciting battle.
Morning, darling.
These two
Ramboni?
characters to watch
W.
these
Ramboni?
moves in action.
Darling. How y'all doing this morning? We doing good? Another beautiful day in paradise. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Did I tell ya, or did I tell ya? I would have thought Goku was amazing, and how Vegeta's up there
Damn, it's been that
Now
long.
let's take a
since I
look
played
at some of
this.
the other
When did
enemies.
this game even come out? They're still releasing DLC for it. When did this game come out? This game came out a minute ago now. When did Dragon Ball Z release? Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. 2020. Yo, holy. It was January 17th as well. January 17th, 2020.
You'll encounter in the Demon Realm. During your adventure, you'll encounter King Goma's Gendarmerie. Officers will appear around the first Demon World front base. They have high HP and call for reinforcements, so be aware of attacks coming from all directions. Gendarmerie tanks are large enemies with high damage, ranged attacks, and charge attacks that could spell trouble. We'll now take a look at another battle to see how Goku and his friends fare against these foes.
What a joke. They're nothing but a swarm of gnats.
But they're desperate. Careful not to underestimate them.
Transform into Goku Super Saiyan 4 and face off against
I
the
never thought that they would add that into Kakarot. I'm not even gonna lie.
King Goma to bring this electrifying story.
I thought that they were trying to take that out of canon. Man, they're really trying to put that. They're really trying to push that GT in there, huh? Kind of makes you wonder if the main writer for it's dead.
to its climax. Giga Magic's Stampede is a special move that attacks from every angle with beams and ki blasts. Be sure to keep your distance. Magic Burst is a colossal energy bomb with immense power. Once you see Giant Goma charging up, be ready to dodge with everything you've got. Mega Rock Impact will chain together a line of huge boulders. Carefully
Yo,
assess the
W high five from Spencer. W Spencer for the 100 joules. W Spencer. Wait, what happened? Why did it stop?
situation and decide
that was
which way
weird.
to escape.
That was weird.
Now, let's see some of these powerful moves in action in this climactic battle.
Almost at a disadvantage.
I feel like ever since the original writer died, this is going to be a lot like Marvel Studios. I feel like this is just going to go down the toilet. From what I've heard about Daima, I haven't heard like particularly good things. So You know what I'm saying? It's kind of already begun. It kind of makes me wonder if this poor man on his deathbed was being forced to frickin' write this nonsense into the actual arc so they can keep spinning their weird narrative or whatever they're trying to do.
The Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Daima Adventure Through the Demon Realm Part 1 and 2 are now available. If you already have the base game...
They found another dead scientist in New Mexico? Are you kidding me? Jesus, man.
Get the pack.
That brings it to what, like 6 now? Now there's 6 nuclear scientists that have been found dead? That's so weird.
Part 1 and 2 right away. Or, if you're just starting out, the Dragon
6
Ball
or
Z
7.
Kakarot Daima Edition includes the base game and both DLC. Thanks for playing.
Yo, W. So that's it. So they just completed Daima. Holy crap. So that means that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot has the entirety of Z, Dragon Ball Z, the anime. In the base game, Dragon Ball Super and Daima. So you could get Dragon Ball Z Daima, a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Daima edition, and you could literally get everything but Dragon Ball. That's insane. That's actually crazy. Blades of the Guardian Windrose, the desert exclusive trailer. What is this? Wait a minute. Wind Rises. This is a movie. I don't care about that. Yo, you know we gotta watch this Battlefield 6 trailer. By the way, if I catch a suspension for this, kiss my ass. But I'll be live, most likely tomorrow on a different platforms. So, oh. Oh! Yo, they're all trying to take the bomb! Yo! Let's go! God damn, bro. I'm gonna have to check this game out. I still haven't played this game. I haven't played Battlefield 6 yet. I'm not gonna lie, the new Call of Duty trailer looks promising, but I'm still not gonna buy it. This is 9 minutes. No thanks, man. That's 9 minutes. That's 10 minutes. Bro, who the fuck is gonna play this shit?
Hi, I'm Kevin Peterson. I'm the lead hero designer on God of War Lao Fei.
Hi, my name is Denny. I am a design director.
Can't even use the actual music that has been originating from God of War, can you? Can't even look at the game.
Focused on combat and progression.
I think Faye's power fantasy really starts with her past. As the guardian of the giants, she has proven roots as a warrior. Her combat needed
That's
to
cool.
feel incredibly
But what about
lethal,
Kratos?
powerful, and fluid, and just overall extremely satisfying.
We wanted to build upon the strengths of the modern God of War combat system. And at the same time,
Why? The new system is kind of janky shit. It makes you feel really clunky. The old God of War system was better because Kratos just didn't give a fuck. I'm
we
sorry.
wanted to inject
Am I gonna play that? Let me think of a really good section of God of War. Let me think. Do I want to play that, or do I want to play this? I think that's Olympus right here. Or do I want to play this?
My brothers, we were forged in
This is what we lost, guys. This is what we lost.
victory. A victory that ended the Great War and brought forth the reign of Mount Olympus. Born from the depths of the underworld, rooted in the River of Souls, our mountain emerged out of the chaos. As it grew, so too did the might of the Olympians. We created a world of peace, a world of prosperity, a world that lives in the shadow and safety of my mountain. A mountain that has come to be the absolute measure of strength and power. Now, on this day, that power is to be tested. The mortal Kratos seeks to destroy all that I have wrought. Brothers, put aside the petty grievances that have splintered us for so long. We will unite. We will stand together. And I will wipe out this plague. Olympus will prevail.
This is what we fucking lost. Look at it. This is what we lost. You try to compare this to that dog shit God of War 2018, it's not even the same game series. Look at this. Fighting Poseidon and the War Water Horse. Look at this shit. It's not even done. Yeah, look at this. Look at this shit, man. Hold on. Check this out. This is my favorite scene out of the entire game, and this is at the beginning of the game. Check this out. Kratos used to be a fucking killer. Not done yet. Not even done yet. That's Poseidon.
Kept you where you belong. No matter how many gods fall, there will always be another to stand against you.
They will fall as well.
That's right.
The death of Olympus means the death of us all.
Then prepare for your death, Poseidon.
The dialogue is completely fucking different. That's a man right there. No fucks given. Not a single fuck given. You don't know God of War. You don't know Kratos. You don't know. This is the same motherfucker that ripped off the head of Helios and used it as a weapon. He used that shit as a weapon, bro. He cut off Hermes' freaking legs and took his boots. You don't know Kratos. You know nothing. You don't know a damn thing about Kratos. And you want to sit here and push this slop? Fuck you.
A little bit more of that.
You don't know
old-school
shit.
Classic God of War DNA into it. So with the addition of
Classic
jump,
God of War DNA, man. Fuck off.
there's a lot of fun, new, more over-the-top things.
Yeah, that totally looks like God of War 3. Didn't you know that, guys?
Compared to
It's original.
the previous two games, and I think it leads to a
I'm
fresh.
so happy they're remaking all the God of Wars, the original ones. I'm so happy they're remaking them. I am gonna completely ignore this fucking dog shit God of War laundry. I'm done with this fucking franchise after they remaster it, dude. I don't even
We knew
care
that we
about
wanted
this.
to push on Faye's mobility, and by allowing
And you know
her
what? They know it. And you know how I know that? They're remastering the original games. That's why. If they thought that this shit was gonna work, they wouldn't have remastered the original games.
transition seamlessly between the air and the ground states, it led to this hyper responsiveness that quickly became fundamental to what made her so fun to play.
Phasing increased mobility adds a new layer to both the offense and defensive options that players have. You can jump over enemy attacks. Enemies will also threaten you with more dangerous attacks that you have to use increased mobility to deal with.
Oh, sad.
One of the defining aspects of Faye's sword is its tempo, which is a deliberate combination of speed, control, and relentlessness. From the moment that we see Faye wielding the sword, she's attacking with this incredible
Should have sound. It's not
pace,
me.
and she's able to do that by building and maintaining this momentum.
No Artemis, no sound. Seems fine on my end. That's weird.
momentum
I
and
don't
allowing
know.
that momentum to
I mean, I don't have anything going crazy
carry
on my side,
from
guys.
one attack to the next.
Sure?
And that creates this relentlessness in the way
For a
that Faye
second. Yeah,
wields
there was a drop in the frames, though. There was that.
the sword.
The Giants were one of Odin's biggest threats, and they wielded powerful magic, and they had an affinity for manipulating souls. When Faye, the golden hand of the Jotnar, wakes up in the Everyone, she finds her own soul-related abilities supercharged. You can hit an enemy so hard that their soul will actually detach from their original body. And from that point on, there's a lot of cool things you can
This
do.
ain't God of War. I'm sorry. I mean, if y'all want to buy it, that's one thing, but like, I'm not gonna buy this simply because I don't want to support this. I want God of War. That's what I want. No sound by Mossy Oak. I don't know what's going on. It seems like I have. Let me see. Hello? 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 Hello?
You can attack the soul.
Hello?
You can attack the soul.
Okay, that one's working fine. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Soul, you can knock it.
Hello? Seems like it's working fine.
Soul, you can knock it.
Hello? Seems like it's working fine.
Soul, you can knock it.
Hello? Seems like it's working fine.
Soul, you can knock it.
Hello? Seems like it's... I don't know.
Into other enemies,
Good,
watch the
good.
soul boomerang back
A
to the original
player.
body and deal damage to it. I think players are going to have a lot of
Yeah, like I have a friend. I have a friend that only played the newer God of War games, and I'm like, dude, you don't know what God of War is. You missed out on an entire freaking beast that is Kratos. That pussy whipped motherfucker that we see now in God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. Get that shit out of here,
fun
man.
Discovering all
Get
the
that outta
intricacies
here.
and ways to master it.
So there are numerous ways that Faye's two companions will assist her in combat, and each one fills a very distinct role.
What the fuck is a phase 2 companion?
Rue, the ribbons of Faye's legendary sword, will act in sync with Faye to bolster her moveset, but isn't necessarily going to strike out on her own unless directed by Faye. And that gives Faye this exciting opportunity to elevate the combat prowess of the pair.
Why do we have a sword with ribbons?
And that gives Faye this exciting opportunity to elevate the combat prowess of the pair to a greater degree, where she strikes powerfully at an enemy, knocking them back, and then whips the ribbons at the enemy, which ultimately sets her up
We're
for
fighting with ribbons now, guys.
this brutal finisher. And that more direct synchronization
What's the matter? You couldn't take over Sailor Moon, so you had to go to God of War?
between characters is very telling of how the dynamic between Rue and Faye will play out, which is very different than what we see with Frank.
Frank is your cosmic cube companion. He's there to support you.
Because you know that makes sense. Cosmic Cube Companion? Why wouldn't you just get Atreus? This is weird. This is fucking weird. This is fucking weird.
And plus one your actions in combat. If
care.
I kick an enemy into Frank, Frank will actually trampoline them up into the air. I can jump up, air dash toward it, slash him with my sword, and then pull him into
Like, the more of this I watch, the more I'm like, dude, what is this slop?
and execute him with a cool cinematic
I feel like AI would have made a better game at this point.
finisher. But at the same time, you know, it's up to me. I can also just kick the enemy in, watch Frank trampoline them, turn my attention to some other enemy, and decide to go off and let Frank deal with that. Over the course of the game, you'll be able to upgrade both Rue and Frank to tailor them to your own playstyle.
That's cool. So you've pussified the character so much that now it's a female, and Kratos himself can't even fight by himself. That's why you have Atreus. Man, that's crazy. I wish Sony would go back to what made Sony great. I really do. But, you know, when you turn your back on a franchise like God of War, what do you expect?
We focus a lot on Faye today, but at the other end of the spectrum, there are plenty of evil gods, gigantic creatures, and spectacular sequences to experience in the game.
But there's plenty more about Faye that we've yet to share, and we can't wait to share with you in the future.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Oof, man, I don't know. That seems a little too much for me. Oh, by the way, I beat Lego Batman. I enjoyed the hell out of that little game. Lego Batman was freaking awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed Lego Batman. Like, I'm not even kidding. If you like the Lego franchise or you like Batman Arkham Knight, you'll probably really like this game.
Let's get to work.
I was not disappointed. That looks like shit. Why is it so slow? Okay, let's check out PlayStation, then we're gonna move on from this. Yeah, I know, right? Fucking Cosmic Cube. Who the fuck comes up with this shit now? Cosmic Cube. Make sure, don't forget to hit like on the stream, guys. Don't forget to do that. I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Ew. Don't care about those. Damn sure don't care about that. My brain can only handle one of those a day. I'm sorry. I can only really handle one of those fucking games a day. Anything more than that, you're pushing it. It looks like we've already seen all this. All right, let's move on. We actually do have quite a bit to cover.
This spider is a vampire.
Ooh! Just look at him! The distinguished gentleman.
Not the way you think it is. This adorable little guy is literally called a vampire spider. And as you may expect, for something named after Dracula, it craves one thing.
So this is a spider. Did you guys know that there's actually a version of the wasp that only eats and regurgitates meat in order to make its hive? It's the most disgusting thing. They actually, if you pull the honey out, the honey has a very distinct taste. It's called like blood honey or something like that. I'd actually really like to taste it one day, but I'd honestly, to be quite frank, I think I'd be too scared to. But I would imagine that the vampire spider's roughly the same. It like sucks the blood of creatures instead of eating insects.
Blood.
Yeah,
Just one
it's awful.
teeny little problem with that. They can't fucking get it themselves.
Really?
You see,
Oh, so they eat
vampire
mosquitoes.
Spiders are a species of jumping spider, and jumping spiders basically
How's it going,
never
base
bite
taste? W base
people
taste.
or other mammals. Second off, they don't even have the right equipment to get your blood out.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Because I didn't call it a little guy for nothing. They are only a completely average 0.3 inches
Oh
wide.
my
They
gosh.
straight
Oh yeah, no, look, it had a mosquito. Yo, it had a mosquito. I might be right.
don't have the strength or length to penetrate your skin. So that begs the question.
Mosquitoes.
Where the fuck do they get their blood? I mean, what could a spider...
Yo, I bet wherever these spiders are, that country loves them. Could you imagine having like a bunch of those in a box and releasing them into like your backyard to control the mosquito population?
possibly
Holy.
get its hands on that carries human blood? Gotcha. Yeah, it's fucking mosquitoes.
Yep. The size of that
Named
fly.
spiders specifically...
I was right. Go me. Go me. Per the usual, I'm right. Okay, what else do we got? We'll watch one more for more Perez. More Perez. New bee. Ooh, look, a new bee.
Australia just found a new insect.
Who's that Pokemon?
And in a certified Australia moment,
Oh, boy. Back to Ciliad, huh?
it is unironically called the fucking Lucifer bee. Because of course we have the Satan bee. The snakes and the spiders and the fucking dinosaurs weren't enough. No. Now I gotta dodge a rejection.
Hey, man, you don't get to talk about the dinosaurs. I lived around the dinosaurs, okay? I'm from Louisiana, bro. I lived around the dinosaurs.
Doom enemy on my walk to work. Discovered in the closest climate to hell on Earth, Western Australia.
Is it like a requirement for every household person, like every person that owns a house or like lives in an apartment in Australia to own like a personal flamethrower? I feel like that's just kind of like the standard, right?
Bad boys were named after the Lord of Hell for two reasons. The first of which being the giant fucking demon horns bolted to their heads. Now, those horns aren't just there to look scary. They're actually a defensive mechanism to protect the demon bees from bigger predators. However,
But I guess having the stinger doesn't do the job?
only the ladies of the species stay strapped, as the horns are only found on females. Meaning a more accurate name for these absolute girl bosses is the Karlak bee. But a pair of spirit Halloween horns can't be the only reason they're named after the devil, right? I mean, there's gotta be f***ing something else. Like, do they spit fire? Maybe they've got a pitchfork for a stinger that injects you with f***ing acid venom. The answer to that is, no.
They don't even have a stinger? Well, this bee's not going to last for very long.
It's a normal f***ing honeybee. The
Really?
actual reason is that lead researcher, Dr. Kit Prendergast, was
Makes sense now. She's one bad decision away from a septum piercing, that's why.
watching the f***ing Netflix show.
Biggest cock I've ever seen.
And this isn't even the first time she's done something like this. She named another species after her pet dog. F***ing based. Australia...
Okay. There we go. So, we've got another movie that is completely sweeping Hollywood. First, we had Markiplier Hollywood had to try and cover it up by taking him off of one of the most viewed lists or whatever the fuck that was. It was like a box office list. He got like second or third or something like that. And they took him off of it, and then he caused an uproar, and they put him back on it. And now the Back Rooms apparently is banging hard at the box office. Check out the Critical Drinker, W Critical Drinker, on YouTube. You know, W Critical Drinker.
Life, it seems, is not without a sense of humor, dear viewer. With $200 million creatively bankrupt corporate slop like Mandalorian and Grogu currently bombing harder than the US Air Force, and Supergirl and Masters of the Universe likely to follow in its footsteps, the box office is somehow being dominated.
Here's the issue that I see with Hollywood movies right now. Not only have they alienated most of their core audiences that used to view them, but at the same time, it's expensive to go to the movies. Like, between the cost of everything skyrocketing and the movie prices, even if the movie prices stayed the same, which they haven't, it would still be even more and more... It's proceeding to be more and more difficult to not only have the time to go to the movie theaters, but also have the money for it. Like, I could see within the next 5 to 10 years where movie theaters go out of style, kind of like Redbox and Blockbuster, because they're just too expensive. If the movie industry doesn't do something, they're gonna completely cook themselves. They are, unless they do. I mean, and the reason why is because I could see them doing what they did during COVID, where they started releasing new movies on like HBO or Jesus, man, it's just not clicking today. Netflix, where they have new releases on Netflix and HBO.
By a pair of low-budget indie horror flicks made by YouTubers of all people. And you know what? I'm loving it. Obsession was a superb supernatural horror movie driven by strong performances and a neat premise that gave the audience a lot to think about.
Yo,
by the
W2
end,
Jules
but it's
from
Backrooms that's really making waves right now, pulling in more than $80 million on its opening weekend and showing no signs of slowing down. Based on the famous internet creepypasta and directed by 20-year-old YouTuber...
Well, you say that now. The issue is, and I want to make everybody aware of this, the shutting down of movie theaters is not going to be good. And it's going to be because a lot of these Hollywood films make a lot of money at the box office. Now, if you force the shutdown of Hollywood or for movie theaters, Hollywood is going to completely decimate the pricing of all these subscriptions like HBO and Netflix, because they're going to need to make that money back. And what really sucks is either way you look at it, it's very consumer unfriendly. The practice of charging $20 for popcorn and a soda at a movie theater is not consumer friendly. The practice of making a bunch of woke ideology movie slop is not consumer friendly. The lack of movie theaters that will inevitably happen from this is not going to be consumer friendly, because it will just give subscription costs a reason to charge more. For example, how one game on Xbox Game Pass, Call of Duty franchise, day one launches, caused the price to go up almost like 50%. It's not gonna be good for consumers. This isn't gonna be good.
Jesus, I've got stuff in my fridge that's older than this guy. Backrooms is a fascinating case study of internet culture crossing over into mainstream entertainment and giving it a bit of a kicking in the process. But what's the real story with Backrooms? Does it live up to the hype, or is it just an overblown generic horror movie trading on name recognition? Well, let's find out, shall we?
I mean, it's probably only because kids are the only ones that could really afford it. I mean, most of the adults are so damn tired they don't want to go see a movie. I mean, I'm sorry, dude, but at the end of whenever Before COVID, I would go to the movies frequently because we had the AMC discount thing where you pay for like the monthly subscription and you could see like if you see a certain amount of movies, it pays for the subscription, right? And it would come with free popcorn and a free drink. That's what we would do. We would always do that, right? And after COVID, the movie theaters are just packed. They're just fucking packed. And they're so expensive. They're so expensive now. It's ridiculous. It is like, first and foremost, where did all these fucking people come from? I wonder where. We only talk about it every fucking day. And secondly, how the fuck do people have this money? Well, I wonder how they get the fucking money. And the thing is like, I haven't been to a movie theater in like 5-6 years now. It's been a while. It's been probably about like 5 years. So I didn't go a little bit before Biden was in office, and I definitely haven't gone. No, a little bit before that even. It's been a while. Okay, it's been a while. But the issue is like, why would you want to finish your day's work, right? And then go to a movie theater and then have to sit there until like, so like if you get off at like 3, usually the movie showing is like 3 hours after you get done watching the credits and the start time and getting everything in situated. And it's like the experience when you're in it is great, but like the whole hassle is just so much. Having to fight whenever you're getting out of the parking lot, it's just a mess, right? It's a nightmare, and you already have a finite amount of time when you get off of work, so it's like, why bother?
The movie takes place
Why
sometime
bother?
in the early 1990s and focuses on Clark, a divorced alcoholic furniture store owner struggling to keep his business above water. One night he's investigating weird electrical problems down in the basement.
Let's go,
when he
Megabytes!
accidentally walks right through one of the walls and finds himself in the back rooms. What the hell are the back rooms? Well, they're a mysterious alternate dimension composed of an endless maze of rooms and corridors filled with random objects and pieces of furniture, all painted the same sickly yellow color. And
I think the last movie that I saw in theaters was the new Deadpool movie, actually. I actually did see the Deadpool 2 in theater. Deadpool and Wolverine. Sorry, Deadpool and Wolverine. But before that, I don't know what I want to say Endgame, but that's not right. I definitely saw something after that. I just don't know what.
All lit with the same neon strip lights. It's a place where the laws of architecture and spatial reality don't seem to apply anymore, where there seems to be no limit to how far they reach, and where Clark soon realizes he's not alone. Eager to explore the place and figure out its secrets, he enlists the help of his 2 employees to help him document the whole thing on video camera. And well, it doesn't exactly go according to plan. Enter Clark's therapist Mary, who follows him to the store after getting a creepy message from him on her answering machine, and soon finds herself in the back rooms as well. Oh my goodness, who could have predicted this? But what really became of Clark and the others? What else might be lurking in there with them? And will she ever find a way to escape? Now, it's impossible for me to talk about Backrooms without addressing by far the film's biggest strength, its atmosphere. The original Backrooms...
Yeah, that's kind of like what my big concern was with the Backrooms. Like, look, I've seen a lot of YouTubers play these things. I don't understand it, but the atmosphere was always so good. I'll give it that. A lot of these Backrooms games, if they have the atmosphere, that's like a big factor in it from what I can tell. But like, it doesn't necessarily have to do with the fear aspect. For most Backrooms that I could tell is the fear of like being lost, right? In a big open area that seems like it's repeating. I don't know if that's like a phobia or something, but that's where
Creepypasta was the quintessential liminal space, a superficially normal location that contains familiar, even mundane objects from our own world, but with a nagging, eerie sense of wrongness about it. Like having a casual conversation with someone from Aberdeen. There's something just not quite right about the place. You know it deep down, and because you can't pin it down to anything specific, that only makes the whole thing more disturbing. The movie captures this feeling absolutely perfectly. The back rooms themselves are this strange, unnerving network of rooms, corridors, and different levels that follow no logical pattern and seemingly have no end, all painted the same colour, all lit the same way, crushingly claustrophobic in their conformity. They're also a nice break from the usual cliched shit you get in horror movies like this, instead of the superficial horror tropes of dark basements or dense woodland illuminated.
Hey man, you can't hate on Doom. Doom was an amazing film.
Flashlight beams. The back rooms are this weirdly bright, sterile, almost tediously normal looking environment.
Yeah.
The fear they provoke is something deeper, more creeping, more primal. The growing realization that they make no sense precisely because they don't want to be understood. The paranoia that something else might be in there with you. A figure glimpsed around a corner. The sound of movement coming from deeper within the maze. Something lurking at the corner of your eye, just out of sight so you can't be sure what you saw, you just know that it's there. And credit to the set designers on this one, Backrooms was done mostly with real practical sets, with minimal CGI for some of the real mind-bending stuff in the later sections, but for the most part it looks fucking superb. You actually feel like you're right there with the actors, instead of trapped inside some dimensionless, soulless Marvel movie. The film really takes its time building all this up, letting the feeling of wrongness settle on the audience, allowing the tension to slowly build as Clark moves from room to room, equally baffled and fascinated by what he's seeing. He's an architect by profession, an expert on design and construction, but everything he sees defies what he knows to be true.
See, this doesn't really work for me, because, like, I've been trained to get through walls, so, like, as long as I got a Halligan, I can probably get through these walls. My firefighter service and training at college has taught me well. I've never, like, whenever I see, like, horror movies, whenever they lock the door, and I'm like, why the fuck you banging on the door? Go through the plaster on the side of it. Anyone can go through the plaster on the side of it. Just break it open. It takes, like, 5 seconds. It's literally paper thin. It's like, it's chalk mixed with some paper. That's all it is.
Movie progresses, he becomes more and more fixated on the idea of exploring and ultimately understanding the back room.
In point of fact, if you've ever seen the movie The Shining, the reason why he was able to get through the door so well with that axe is because he was a firefighter. The main actor that played the dad in The Shining was a firefighter. They wanted to put up a prop door, and they gave him a real door just to do examples on, and he got through the real door, no problem.
A rational man pitting himself against something that simply defies rationality, and in the end, getting completely undone by it. He's nicely balanced out by Mary, his psychiatrist who's been struggling to help him through a messy divorce and his struggles with drink and depression, not to mention his reluctance to come to terms with his own—
If it's infinite walls, you just keep going through the walls. That's guaranteed. You go in a straight line through every wall, eventually you'd get somewhere.
part in all of this. But as it turns out, Mary has a few issues of her own that neatly dovetail with the very concept of the backrooms. I also have to tip my hat to the lead actors here, Chiwetel Ejiofor and Renate Rensive. Fuck me, they don't exactly roll off the tongue, do they? Both do an excellent job portraying their respective characters. Ejiofor is one of those solid, dependable actors who just always delivers no matter what slop he's in, so in this case it's nice to see him in a role that actually rewards his talents for once. Now, I'm by no means an expert on the lore of the Backrooms or the video
I don't know
games
shit
and
about the
other shit that
Backrooms.
have spun off from it, but I do get the impression that it was altered quite a bit to fit the conceits of a character-driven movie, mostly in terms of the creatures that live there and what the environment itself is meant to represent. If you've ever played something like Silent Hill 2, where the enemies and even the town itself reshapes to fit the protagonist's tortured mindscape, then you'll get some sense of what the Backrooms is trying to
That's
achieve.
crazy.
Purists are probably going to be mad about it, but for a normie like me, I was more than happy to just lose myself in the experience. Now, horror movies often struggle to keep the tension going in the third act, when payoff and answers have to take priority over build-up and interesting questions, and to some extent Backrooms suffers from the same problem. Not that it was bad or disappointing necessarily, but
Probably just dragged on.
intriguing setup and the slow build in tension.
Yeah.
The finale really just boils down to main character getting chased through a maze by a scary monster. There's nothing more complicated to it than that, and it just feels like a slightly missed opportunity to do something a bit more interesting. Overall though, Backrooms along with Obsession represents exactly the kind of movies we desperately need more of these days. Interesting.
There used to be so many little shitty films that would come out where the CGI was just terrible. But oh my god, with the writing in the movies itself was just really good. It made you want to see more. Think about Sci-Fi Channel. Think about how many shitty little films pop up on that like every other day. And there's some of them are just so good that every time they are on like the scheduled guide, you just want to watch them. You can make a shitty film that is incredibly cut for budget and it'd still be really good.
Daring, artistically ambitious projects made by passionate creatives that rely on strong ideas and lean, efficient filmmaking instead of obscene budgets and exhausting promo campaigns to sell tickets. The buzz around these films isn't just organic, it's a decade of repressed audience hunger for good entertainment that's finally found an outlet. If Hollywood can't provide them what they want, then someone else can, and
yeah,
apparently
exactly.
will. You fucking love to see it, man. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
W Critical Drinker, W Critical Drinker.
Crimes for their participation.
Is that it? Do we have a
news outlets and tabloids because so many.
Okay, let's do this.
In the viral Scientology speedrunning trend. And this is reportedly because they caused about $10,000 in damages and
check out a Tozy on YouTube, W Tozy. So I get if this is about Scientology, man. Oh my gosh, dude, everybody's into that Scientology crap now. Like, if you've seen like half the videos that are circulating online of people like, they like going to the Scientology churches and being a nuisance. They're just being a nuisance. It's hilarious.
Kicked one of the staff members. Honestly, I don't think anyone's shocked with this outcome, but it was a somewhat entertaining trend while it lasted. But what did seriously surprise me is the charges are being treated as hate crimes, not as trespassing or damages, or maybe assault, because you did have the guy who was allegedly kicked or shoved over in one of the speedruns there. But a hate crime, that feels like a stretch to me. But again, them in general just being charged is kind of an expected outcome, especially because, you know, they were filming themselves doing this, and while a lot of it was pretty entertaining and for the most part very harmless, there's still,
just so you guys are aware, Reckless Ben was also doing this Scientology stuff as well. Not like part of the church, but he was also harassing them, which is probably where he got most of his viewership before he, you know, got forcefully stumbled onto the Lego thing.
Filming themselves committing a crime, so that makes it pretty easy to find them. Because let's be real, after watching their videos, they might as well just post like POV, come trespass with me, and then they film themselves running in there. So it's like, it is what it is. But honestly, again, it's not really a shock the church wanted to make an example out of these three men that we're talking about today. You know, because it's pretty clear that this has been a disaster for the Scientology brand since the speedrunning started. Which, you know, if you're not aware of, there's this insane trend on Instagram
Well,
and TikTok.
you know they're doing this because they couldn't do it to Area 51, right? I mean, these idiots, these clowns showed up to Area 51 with this mentality, and they didn't actually do anything, so they've got to do it in a way that doesn't get them killed, right? I mean, obviously.
Where a bunch of kids essentially started storming the Scientology churches because I guess they can't stop them all. It's like the new rendition of the Storm Area 51. You can't stop them all. But this time
that's right.
Zoomers instead of millennials. Or, well, there was definitely Zoomers still at the Storm Area 51 thing. I don't know. Younger generation.
Was that millennials? Was that millennials that did that? Wow, what a bunch of idiots, man.
Regardless.
I'm Wallahi, I'm going in here. I'm Wallahi. I'm Wallahi. I'm Wallahi, I'm going in here.
Originally, it all started with two creators running into the Scientology building in LA, and calling it a speed run. And that got some serious attention. And believe me, the first Scientology speedrunners, they were immediately trying to wipe their hands clean of this and advise against anyone from doing this because they realized, oh, what do we do? Most likely this is to, you know, avoid being held responsible for copycats.
Yeah.
That must be an interesting feeling, doing something incredibly stupid, then suddenly you see a whole bunch of people start doing the exact same thing that you did, which is also incredibly stupid. So you're just sitting there like, no, wait. This isn't us. We're sorry. We were dumb. Obviously, once one person went viral on the trend, more and more people started following. So no matter how much these guys were saying, don't do this, guys, the trend continued. And people ended up bursting through doors, sprint past staff, and try to film as much of the interior of the building as possible.
Holy shit, that's annoying, bro. Look, even if it's like some weird wacko church, it's still really fucking annoying. I mean... They are acting a little aggro, though, aren't they? That's so weird. That place kind of looks like a hotel. That place is creepy, bro.
And then suddenly you had whole Reddits and Twitter and just group chats in general mapping out the entire Scientology churches.
God damn, that place is huge. Look at that.
It was like every speed run, they unlocked a new corridor, so they added that to the map.
Friends.
And while, yes, it started in LA, it became a global trend very quickly. Basically, no Scientology church was safe from this trend. You had churches in New Zealand being stormed, in Canada, in the Netherlands, like they're all over the world. And in a way, I guess
that's even creepier. What the fuck? How is this church everywhere? That is so weird.
Scientology made it pretty easy considering they would probably put a Scientology center on, like, you know, the moon if they could. But I mean, it's an accessible trend
like
for everyone.
The
because
leader's wife hasn't been seen in 20 years.
Pretty much a Scientology center all around the world. But regardless, as much as you can criticize Scientology, it was pretty clear that it started spiraling from just being a little bit of a prank and a trend to, this is definitely trespassing. And
you know what's even weirder? I wonder how many of those facilities even have people in them. Other than, like, the actual staff. Because, like, out of all the clips that we've seen so far, there really isn't anybody in those buildings. Who that, like, and, is it like some kind of, like, rich person scheme or something?
Random TikTokers running in there and shoving down members. That's not a good look. So the churches themselves are doing things like removing door handles and frosting their windows, closing themselves off to the general public, and way more.
Scientology raids are over because they've locked it all off. Windows misted up. They've removed the door handles and closed off the door. The door used to be open.
Yo! They just straight up removed the door handles. God damn.
Inside, make you to do like a survey to try and get you to sign up, but now they just locked off the whole thing because it was too much medicines. But I guess
they
that
were
was
like, nah, bitch.
All, so mission success.
And obviously, a lot of people excuse the potential criminality of this whole trend due to Scientology's very controversial history. So, like, the overall attitude of the internet is kind of like, well, hey, they do shady stuff, so we're just kind of exposing it. But they weren't really exposing too much. They were just running and yelling inside of their buildings. And if anything, now Scientology is technically a victim of this. And that's what a lot of the celebrities that have actually escaped Scientology have been saying, that this is a net negative, because now, apparently, or they're claiming that Scientology essentially gets a victim card for this. But no matter what, I mean, we can't say that the trend wasn't bizarre. I mean, you had entire people grouping up and dressing up as minions before storming the buildings. I mean, this is the internet at its best and worst at the same time. I mean, hey, we can't say between age 19 and 21, they were charged with burglary, criminal mischief, and assault. Excusable, but cameras, like, I don't know, maybe that was some really expensive wood furniture.
This is weird, but I really don't have much to say about this. It's fucking weird. I think Scientology's weird. I see, like, the only thing that I know about Scientology is Tom Cruise. Whenever Tom Cruise was talking about Scientology and or like all that nonsense was stirring up around him, that's the only thing that I really knew about the Scientology stuff. And then I saw the trends of them running into the buildings and then the frosted windows, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. I think that it is insanity to think that that's what's going on with Scientology. The fact that it's so worldwide as well is even crazier to me. How it's everywhere. Scientology is literally everywhere.
I know I've
It's
yapped
weird.
and made fun of countless news outlets and tabloids because so many of these mainstream journalistic outlets are just trash, irredeemable garbage. And I'm one of the few brave souls on this planet that raw dogs the internet, so I actually don't use an ad block when I go on stream looking at, like, for an auto-playing ad or an auto... Now, of course, there's not a single sentient... Usually escape start post that. It's so don't get it is at, like, official corporate owned websites. It's so interesting because they try to shame you into turning it off, but if you do, it's a huge mistake. It's a really big mistake. But anyway, I've yapped about that a lot. Instead, I want to blabber more directly about the New York Post because I just saw this wacky humdinger
Inside the unassuming 450,000 California house behind the 118 mil. Oh, the backrooms horror phenomenon.
Oh boy, that's getting my bubble guts going talking about the New York Post. They made an article covering Kane Parsons' home, and they have a tweet that just outright doxes him. I, of course, redacted that information here, but they proudly posted this tweet inside the unassuming 450K California house behind the $118 million backrooms horror.
That thing really grossed $118 million? Bro, are you kidding me? It's kind of sad when we have YouTubers that are now completely obliterating the Hollywood industry.
Phenomenon, and got community
completely destroying these idiots.
Doxing, which is not only against Twitter terms, but illegal. And it is just doxing him. I'm pretty sure they deleted the original tweet, but the article is still up. Now, I think they also got rid of the picture there in the
How's it going,
Mouse? But they wanted to make sure that their high-quality writing was able to persist beyond the purge of this house where allegedly Kane lives with his family. And they just posted out there for everyone to see, hey, this is where that guy lives. The guy who just has a $118 million box office home run. This is his house. And it just has, like, the house number. They say where it's located.
Why? Look, I can't stand this mentality of, like, oh, well, because they're public figures, they don't deserve the right to privacy. They knew that when they did it. That's not, no. I mean, harassment is still harassment regardless. Like, everyone deserves the right to be able to go to the store and not be harassed by 7,000 people with cameras. I'm sorry, that's just... I mean, like, you want to talk about human rights, that's a big one right there.
Just post it out there. Why? That's just, it is just doxing. Like, there was a few people I saw come in saying, well, it's not technically doxing because they didn't give the direct address, but
they only showed the house number, they only showed the location. Well, they didn't exactly say the address, but, like, you know, they showed everything else.
Like, the house number is visible there. They gave the location, they show the house, they show the square footage, and they describe every single facet of the house. That's about it. That's
what?
Everything but the address. You can find that in 2 seconds. It is just doxing him. And the New York Post made a whole article about it. That's unhinged. What, like,
that's awful.
I don't understand why. Like, how did this float across someone's desk? Like, I need pictures of Spider-Man and I need pictures of Kane Parsons' home right now. We gotta post it for everyone to see. Go out there and get it. I just can't even put myself in the shoes of someone so stupid that they thought this was a good idea. I can't wrap my head around the idea behind this article in the first place. But hats off to Mary Kay Jacob here for the slam dunk. If that's even a real person, that's probably just a made-up name right there. As some shit like Jericho Cheeseburger. I'm doubtful Mary Kay Jacob's real, but if she is, she should be fucking ashamed of herself. But anyway,
She should be fired. I mean, you're sitting there, like, doxing people.
The article looks like now. Director behind Hollywood Phenomenon Backrooms is a 20-year-old YouTuber who still lives with his parents.
What's the matter? Are you mad that he has $118 million now?
Already feels like it's
you mad?
Immediately below.
Don't you just love it whenever you've got these people that constantly harass you? Whenever you're just trying to go and get toilet paper from the store? And they will justify it with, well, it's because you're a public celebrity. No, bitch, you're harassing this guy because you hate the fact that they're filthy fucking rich. And they got rich off of hard work and dedication. That's what this boils down to. Like, seriously, that, like, you never, like, it doesn't matter what kind of person you are. I guarantee you somebody out there hates Robin Williams. It doesn't matter if you're Jim Carrey, someone out there hates you, and it doesn't matter. You're never going to please everybody. There's always that, even Mr. Rogers had people that hated him. There's always a person out there that will never, ever see the light, and that's just it.
Him like, hey, this guy still lives with his parents. Look, isn't that so weird? And then they now have this black box here, but that's where I imagine the picture was of the house that just fully doxed him. Burger. I'm going to quickly fast forward to the very end of the article because the last couple sentences are cinema. So Mary Kay Jacobs spends this whole article just dabbling around in like nothing Burgerville, and then ends it by saying, it is unclear if he still remains in the home. The Post has reached out to Parsons for comment. So she's made a
What does it matter if he's staying with his parents? He just made an $118 million box office banger. Like, how do you know the parents don't live with him? I don't understand this mentality of, like, this weird thing where, how dare this person who made this thing live at home with his parents? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I feel like America's the only culture in the entire fucking world where, well, you're 18, you should leave your parents' house. Bitch, nobody can afford that anymore. Like, what do you have to hold down, like 5 fast food jobs to afford an apartment now?
Like, about this is his home, this is where he's living with his parents, and then giving like a little background on their relationship and the
it's
history.
Weird, man.
And then ends it by saying,
this shit's weird.
Also, we don't know if he actually still lives in his home.
Let's go on black.
We had to reach out to him for comment, but haven't heard back. Pardon?
Yeah, like, there are whole generations of families that live together in other cultures. Why is it America's the only one that like, oh my God, how dare you? Like, it's a constant insult, even in the chat. Like, oh, how dare you? Oh, I bet he lives at home with his mom. Like, who the fuck cares? Even if I did or didn't. What does that have to do with anything that anybody's talking about? It's so weird.
Article doxing this home, saying this is where he lives, and then you say, well, we don't actually know if this is where he lives, by the way. What a journey. What an adventure you've taken us on here, Mary.
So, like, they don't even know if they stay there. So they went through all this trouble of taking pictures, giving the square footage, the interior, the exterior of this house, giving the actual, like, geographical location, but they never once even made sure that the guy that got 118 mil at the box office lives there. So, for all they know, they could have just doxed a random person.
Post has the hard-hitting stuff, I tell you what. Thought-provoking. Also, why are you reaching out to him for a comment on if he still lives in the house that they have now just doxed? Hey, Kane. So Mary over here, our superstar, yeah, she posted your home, or what she believed to be your home, the 450K unassuming California home, as well as the house number on it, by the way. She posted that publicly, and we just want to confirm, you do still live there, right? We doxed the right home, or should we keep looking? All right, great. Can't wait to hear back from you. Give me a buzz.
It's just crazy.
Why? Like, anyway, here's what the rest of the dog shit looks like. It's a
20-year-old filmmaker behind the box office phenomenon Backrooms that took in 118 million this weekend, beating the latest Star Wars installment. That's funny that we've got YouTubers that are making better movies than Hollywood. Straight up annihilating a flagship movie in the first weekend of its opening. Is a former YouTuber who lives with his parents in a quiet suburban neighborhood in California. Well, it was quiet until you doxed him, asshole. Hollywood's hottest new director, the youngest ever to be hired by indie film company A24, still lives in the modest 4-bed home according to property records, which, why would you say that? Which stands in stark contrast to the lavish estates typically associated with Hollywood success. Parsons' viral internet horror series, The Backrooms, was transformed into a major motion picture this year.
Sentences they took from Kane's Wikipedia to how different that is. How, whoa, you're really cooking there. That is so different. Let's dox him. That'll teach him the thing or what, like, and everything. Like, there's still.
And you know what's really sad about this is that California is actively trying to pass the Stop Nick Shirley Act because of the doxing or the doxing of those fraudsters that are locked up, right? Why don't you just make it illegal to dox? Instead of trying to actively, take away constitutional right, why don't you just make it illegal to dox somebody? That would make way more sense. But no, we're gonna do some stupid shit like this. It's so stupid. So fucking stupid.
The original showrunners didn't turn into some woke slop. They announced the return of Stargate just last year, and now they killed it. So a new Stargate TV show has been axed by Amazon. And so this happened today. The show was first announced as a series in November 2025 and hailed as a showrunner who was a writer on Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis. Sources say Amazon execs were concerned about Jiro's take on the series would not have broad appeal beyond the franchise's already dedicated fan base.
So woke. So woke ideology. They tried to push woke ideology in the Stargate SG-1 universe. That's what they tried to do. So I don't know about y'all, but whenever I was growing up, sometimes we'd have television and electricity, which was that was nice. But Stargate SG-1 would usually almost always be on at some point throughout the day on Sci-Fi. And I would always click off of it. I would never watch it. But it's funny to me that even now they have the ability to bring a old series like this back to the light and do something with it, but for whatever reason, they just can't make their own fucking TV shows. They've got to put their 2 cents in on a really good TV show simply to appeal to broader audiences. And you know what's funny? Is that every time they try to appeal to broader audiences and try to make it woke, like they did with, for example, Star Trek, it doesn't work. Maybe stop doing this.
Series would not have broad appeal beyond the franchise's already dedicated fan base. Is that not enough? I feel like Stargate is huge. Everybody knows what Stargate is. The rumor is the show writer Martin Garrow would not budge on compromising lore elements within the show for a wider modern audience as they did with Rings of Power and Lord of the Rings. Amazon.
Oh yeah, you see how well that shit worked out for them, huh? Yeah, that worked out real well for them.
Said wanted something new for the modern audience that's more accessible, reimagined with more casual sensibilities. They wanted to Rings of Power Stargate. What the fuck?
By the way, just for context, Assman only casually knows Stargate, but I actually watched every singular minute of it. So if there's even a chance this gets to those ghouls of Amazon producers, it's worth it. We have literally Daniel Jackson on Twitter naming names, including this Blair Fetter, a Netflix executive who only joined thing.
You guys ready? Yeah, okay, great. Perfect.
Absolutely. This had 1 million views 6 months ago.
But we can announce today that a brand new Stargate series is coming to Prime Video.
Wow.
What? It's so rare for the original creators to get to work on the new version of a show.
Yeah, they don't want the original creators. You know why? Because it'll defeat their narrative, which is completely dismantled now. Their narrative is so blatantly busted, and they're still trying to force it. How many more of these older TV shows do they have to try to drag into this woke nonsense before they stop and finally realize nobody fucking cares? Most of the companies don't even celebrate LGBT, whatever the fuck alphabetical stuff they got month now. It was always just a bunch of rich assholes that are trying to push their completely ridiculous narrative. It's the whole reason why you can't even curse on YouTube, is because they want to maintain this weird psyop while they're out there making fucking child labor in like the foreign country so they can get their cobalt and make their phones and shit. Like, I'm sorry, dude. If you buy an iPhone or a Samsung phone at like $2,000 now, you have no morals. because the child cobalt mine that was used to farm out that cobalt shows that you have no morals. You like that phone? Yeah? Okay, then shut the fuck up. I'm tired of hearing these rich assholes' morals that they don't even follow. It's disgusting.
That, you know, Amazon MGM Studios and Prime Video have come together and not gone in a totally new direction, that they have respected what we have all created. And when I say we all, I don't just mean like Brad, Joe, I mean like all of the cast and crew, all of the writers. And
Didn't capitulate, and now you're gonna get this. So this is the original writer of Stargate. Nope, no, sorry. Gonna have to push back on this. Sadly, it's true. Amazon has elected to not move forward with the new Stargate series. There's not much that I can add beyond confirming what's already happened, but I will say this. Director Martin Garrow developed the Stargate series over 2 years, ultimately crafting a show that offered a fresh jumping-on point of view for new viewers, while deeply respecting the existing canon. It was a series that avoided the pitfalls of several modern remakes and reboots by fully embracing the core of its predecessors. And based on that creative vision, the new Stargate series was greenlit. As of today, that official vision is no more. Hollywood is run by some of the dumbest people on Earth. The studio may revisit the IP with another showrunner, possibly.
If I'm able to make enough money, I would love to be the secondhand Hollywood. I would literally call myself secondhand Hollywood. I would greenlight these old shows to make stuff like Stargate SG-1 again. And I would tell them, stick to the creative narrative that sparked the original, and we're going to go places, baby. That's exactly what I would do. I would pull in Henry Cavill. I'd be like, all right, what do we have to do to get our hands on the rights to this? What do we have to do to get our hands on the rights to The Witcher? What do we need to do? I would even go as far as like pulling in Deadpool. I would pull in so many of these people if I could, and I would make their shit the roots of what made them famous and what got them all that money. It's sad that the hardest part of making a franchise is pulling together, or at least revising a franchise, is pulling together all the original directors, writers, and cast. And they literally have that ability, and they're sitting here pissing it in the wind. And it's disgusting. It's
someone
disgusting.
who does not have history
it's
with
actually
it,
disgusting.
they would give it a fresh new perspective.
It's so frustrating.
Why do they think this is going to work? How many times are they going to have to fail doing the same thing again until they realize that they're just lighting money on fire? Sounds like they were trying to, but you can't make Stargate today. There's no getting around the good guys being the military and the bad guys being evil on a genetic level, so the entire premise is anathema. That's exactly it.
This weapon is called a P90.
Carter, that target. What?
Always that is smarter, more moral, better understanding.
I would rather not order you to do.
Are there some people
or that is prisoners in Bukele's.
Okay. So some of you may know what's going on. Check out Decoy. This is Decaf Decoy. Check out Decaf Decoy. So some of y'all might not know what's going on, but El Salvador has a prison, right? And there are people that think that, oh, it's inhumane, and they brought in some journalists and showed them the prisoners inside the prison, inside of El Salvador's, CCOT. And then they showed them videos of the same person cutting off somebody's head with a machete. And it kind of put them into perspective as to how bad this can be.
Super prison CCOT in El Salvador, so they made him watch a video what the prisoners did to end up there. He quickly changes his mind. Yeah.
We talk about the good old days. And by the good old days, he meant torture, executions, gang violence of a kind.
Some people are genuinely evil, and they need harsh punishment. But people that are too naive and they've never seen evil always question.
Yeah, this mentality of, well, you can't just put all these people in jail. Well, why the hell not? The money. We're spending more money trying to restore our parks. We're spending more money cleaning up the graffiti. We're spending more money making sure that these idiots don't burn down buildings because they knock something over in their tent and everything catches on fire. We're spending more money trying to make sure that they're not scarring kids by standing outside the freaking school naked. Nah.
Why they're harsh prisons? Because there's harsh people.
And you wouldn't believe.
This is a child's mentality. Well, not everybody's evil. There's no such thing as true evil. Everyone can be rehabilitated. Shut up. You shouldn't be able to vote.
I mean, these guys are the worst of the worst. It was really hard to process for all of us. And your immediate reaction when you walk into this terrible place, this extreme corner of the human zoo, your immediate
You keep on saying a human zoo, but it's like, nope, no animal, like, did something that deserved to be in the zoo and the captivity.
No, they're animals, bro. They're animals. They're animals. They're monsters, bro. Put them where they belong.
It just happened chance that they ended up there. Sad.
I guess I kind of get what he's saying. He's saying it gives animals a bad name.
Human zoo, you're saying, well, some of these guys just happened chance ended up there. It's like, no, they all earned it.
It can't be anything other than pity.
I'm sure there are some innocent people that are in CCOT, but I guarantee you them being there is better than them being out. This, like, if you walk around and you get gang tattoos on your body and you act like you like a poser, you try to pose as a gang member even though you're not one because you're too much of a bitch, and you get yourself locked up in a place like CCOT because you're trying to pose, that's what you fucking get. That's what you get. Maybe don't do that.
For these human beings who are being kept in conditions like this, it's solved a huge crime problem. El Salvador was the most dangerous country really in the world, let alone in Central South of America.
Imagine if we did this in New York City, Los Angeles, and Chicago.
No, we should do it in every single state in the entire U.S. We should buy Little St. James Island and tell the El Salvador at CCOT that they could also use that as another prison site if they wanted to. Could be America's gift to them.
How quickly would those cities return to prosperity, like El Salvador has?
Okay. The murder rate was 1 an hour. For every 100,000
Jesus!
members of the population, there were over 100 murders at one point, and that's now dropped to 8. I mean, it's a phenomenal turnaround in the country's fortune.
And notice how it didn't change his verbiage of saying human zoo. He understands why it's necessary. He sees the literal evil in the eyes of the people saying the good old days when they would R people, torture people, and he still can't get that vernacular out of his brain saying, oh, the human zoo. No. This is a necessary... I would say it's evil to incarcerate people for their life. It is evil, it's bad. But it's a necessary evil.
And it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for CCOT. So yeah, there's this moral conundrum. I mean, at one point, I couldn't speak to the guy, but I was presented with a prisoner as closer to me
because you're in danger
right there, in shackles, and his rap sheet was read out. And he was one of the gang's chief executioners, and he used his machete to execute people. And he had killed...
And that's the thing, is I think that there's probably different ways he could have done it, but the fact that he did it that way shows that there's some sort of...
And I get you people out there that are like, look, we can't just put everybody in jail. Okay, you're right. Then what we should do is to anybody that killed somebody else, we just kill them. You have video evidence of them like cutting somebody's head off or, you know, lighting someone on fire, and they get put into critical condition, they end up dying, then you just kill them. Just kill them. Don't put them through trial. Once the trial's done and they get they get put to death. Enough of this like stupid electric chair. Bring back the fucking beheadings. Bring back the firing squad. There are people that will literally do it for free. That will have no stain on their conscience whatsoever.
Enjoyment to it, and I will always remember me being naive. I was probably like 20 at the time. Me being naive, working for a company, and finding out that one of the locations, not the location I worked at, was a victim of a harsh robbery, and then the video came out of them getting robbed. Like they held up the employees in the location, and the people came in with firearms, but people were giving up. Like, okay, they burst into your place of work and you put your hands up. I'm surrendering. I'm not gonna fight you. You got 2A tools, and I got my book bag. Like, okay, but
And then they just kill you. That's the thing. Like, these guys are killers. They're not just robbers, they're killers. 9 times out of 10 in America, if you're trying to rob a store, you're not trying to kill somebody, right? You have the gun to intimidate. These guys that took over El Salvador, that not only would they hold you at gunpoint, they'd kill you. They'd kill you just to laugh at your dead corpse. And that's where America's going. I mean, when you got somebody that's getting out 70 times or 40 times or 50 times, and then they in a public transport system lighting somebody on fire with gasoline, I'm sorry, guys, we got to do something.
Guys came in, they robbed them, and they just beat people. They just kept on beating them. Like, one person ran away, tried to hide under a table, and they just beat them anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, sad to say, for whatever reason, they ended up assaulting one of the employees. Like, it was very bizarre or whatever. And I remember talking to somebody about it, and I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they just... They surrendered. They were able to get what they came for. Why'd they have to do that extra stuff? Why?
Because nothing would happen to them. That's why. That's why they did it. Because they knew nothing would happen to them, so they did it anyway.
They had to beat the people up, and why they had to harm the girl. And my coworker told me, he's like, some people are sick. And that was the first time I realized, like, in my adult life that, you know, they say, oh, he's sick in the head. I'm like, oh, no, it's sick like I had the flu, or you have a, you have assault somebody like that, you're broken. And the same thing with this machete guy. I don't think there's
You're
something...
not going to reason with somebody that goes up and down the eastern seaboard and butchers people and then eats their corpses. I'm sorry. You're not going to reason with somebody like that. But you can sever their brainstem and their head from their body. I mean, you can do that.
Anybody normal here in this chat say, you know what? I'm willing to be an executioner for the gang, and my weapon of choice is...
Exactly. There are a lot of people that will be willing to be the firing squad that will have no sympathy for these people. I would be one of them. You want to go into a gas station and SA a woman and behead people? Well, put me in front, give me a gun. Give me a gun. I want to do it.
There's a machete. Someone that's voluntarily doing that, I just don't think there's a rehabilitation. I don't think there's a social worker. You can't talk to a shrink. We can't fix you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many.
Because, again, some people are sick. They're broken. Very sad. But what's the alternative? I feel bad for the sick in the head guy that machetes people to death, so...
Yeah, I feel bad for him, too, after he's been executed. Damn, it sucks to be him. Maybe he shouldn't have done the thing that landed him his execution.
Let's go ahead and just roll the dice with you and let you free again.
5 amongst dozens of executions. He'd killed 5 workmen in one go.
Yep.
These were guys who were laying cables.
Yeah,
just
working guys, but because you're sick in the head.
There are people in this world that will see 5 linemen that are working on a power line, and they will throw water on you to electrocute you and kill you, just to do it. And these are the people that these disease-ridden morons that are protesting in Minneapolis and in California and in New York think are going to, oh, I don't know, be okay to let out? I don't get it. I don't get it.
They gotta go.
Street, and they had accidentally strayed into the territory of a rival gang without seeking their permission to be there. And they were telling me this when suddenly the video was shoved under my face on a phone, and it was of him committing that execution, that mass execution, which he had arranged to be filmed so he could post online to show how ruthless the gangs would be.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the most, I mean, we all know about the ISIS beheading videos. Yes. It was like that. I won't go into too much detail, but I was seeing him, recognizably him, he hadn't covered his face, recognizably the man in front of me, macheteing to death and beheading these 5 innocent workmen.
Yeah.
And when you start to absorb that side of the story, it makes you, it challenges your perceptions about CCOP.
Yeah.
Only then can they say, I don't like this human zoo. How dare they put them in jail like this? But once you mature, see reality, some things change. And one thing that I would tie this together with is the idea that we've heard that certain countries are emptying their jails and sending them towards the border when Biden just opened up the border for everybody. Because keeping people in jail is very expensive. Letting them out, rearresting them, giving them trials, putting them in jail again, all the services, all the suffering. It's just a detriment to society, so why not give them a one-way shuttle to America? And then somehow Americans are like, oh, keep the borders open because asylum seekers, blah, 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 not knowing that's the type of evil that gets here, but then they don't understand.
Well, they understand it. They're just too stupid and ignorant to actually figure out what it means. They'd rather sit here and be brainwashed like a bunch of sheeple. That's what they want. They're a bunch of sheeple.
To take illegal measures to get into the country.
Or they're paid to be sheeple. I mean, come on. I mean, how much longer are we going to sit here and act like those protests aren't paid? Like, seriously.
Not somebody that can get here
seriously,
the legal way. And then when we see stuff like this, we realize, oh, the problem is so much more worse than we ever imagined.
Is video NBC7 obtained from the Mexican District Attorney's Office of the operation conducted Sunday on the Mexican side of the border. Federal agents discovered a tunnel they say is nearly 3 football fields long.
Jesus.
It includes lighting, ventilation, and a sliding mechanism that
a whole ass subway system under our country. This is not somebody seeking asylum. This is literally enemy evasion into the country, because if you need this tunnel, you're not bringing in
you're bringing in weapons, you're bringing in drugs, you're bringing in poison, you're bringing in whatever you can to enact a form of terrorism into the country.
They're looking for support.
Like it's one thing to run across the border at the top surface level, but whenever you need a tunnel system in order to bring your shit into America to kill people, hell no.
I'll be bringing in substances.
Connects both sides of the border, according to Mexican authorities. Dr. Andres Sumano, who's an expert in public policy, says these tunnels are benefiting criminal organizations on both sides.
And you know what you do? You find as many of these tunnels as you can. You put as much C4 in there as you can, and you blow that bitch to smithereens. You put one every like couple feet just to blow that bitch into nothing. Blow it to hell.
Sides of the border since the 90s.
They are still using these types of tunnels, and the Baja Cali region, it's still the epicenter of synthetic drug trafficking.
Mexican authorities say with the help of security agencies, they carried out a search warrant in a Tijuana home for
where it gets dumped off at, but they're just not willing to admit it.
To NBC7, they are conducting a criminal investigation involving an underground tunnel.
It's like, okay, you can conduct the criminal investigation, but honestly, it's like one of those things where you don't want it to be this way. But what is the argument, like, Chad, tell me, what is the argument against sealing it with cement? It's obviously not friendlies coming through there. Like, are we really worried about the people that are sneaking in the country? Not necessarily at the asylum ports.
I mean, if it'd be up to me, I'd say tripwire it. That's what I would say. I would say rig it with C4, so that way the second that they come in and they trip it, they just die with the blast. They want to use it, go ahead and use it.
Or trying to come over there with their hands up and say, oh, I'm turning myself into an officer. I'm just saying, whoever's coming through that tunnel probably doesn't have the best intentions for our country. There's way more than one tunnle, but why? You know about the one.
I'm sorry, but any illegal that's trying to cross illegally has no intention for America. They haven't, they didn't come across with good faith intentions at all. No, like, hell no.
Why don't you get rid of the one already? Mess up the soil, no cement, nothing, not something corrosive. Okay, something cementing it shut. But I'm willing to bet if they're able to build this tunnel through miles of like underground, they can get through some cement.
Otay Mesa, but didn't confirm if the business on Roll Avenue is connected.
Right where we are standing, we can actually see several agents in front of one of the storefronts in that area. We can also see that area has been taped off.
Experts say given the political climate...
They just played Minecraft, yo. They like got up under there and they were like, all right, we got to start digging and then we'll pop our head up every now and then and eventually we'll get somewhere.
This is an important find since the U.S. government has been asking Mexico to crack down on drug trafficking. Homeland Security investigations told NBC7 they are not providing additional details to protect the integrity of the ongoing investigation.
That is crazy. So you're saying it's probably a cartel tunnel. They need to warn the Mexican government first. If they really believe the president is connected to them, who knows what Marco Rubio is doing, but if he really believes that, they probably can't communicate anything to her about as far as like our operations against them. So I wonder, like, at what point in time do you treat them as like enemy combatants? And that's kind of scary to think about.
Not really. I mean, it's not really that scary. I mean, if you've got Mexico trying, like the actual government in Mexico trying to bring shit over that's going to hurt Americans, then let's bomb them. Let's do it. I don't have any sympathy whatsoever. I'm sure a lot of Hispanic people, Mexican people that live here feel the same way too. There's a reason why they're not there. If we clean up their government, maybe they'll feel safer whenever they visit their family in Mexico. I mean...
Jeanette Quesada, NBC7.
And this is not the first underground tunnel discovered in that area. Back in 2016, federal officials seized a drug smuggling tunnel on Enrico Fermi Drive, less than a mile away from where federal agents were investigating just today.
30 mil worth of drugs? Holy!
And then back in 2020...
Oh, this is the constant thing. 2016, 2020, 2022.
$20 worth of drugs seized from a drug smuggling tunnel connected to a Tijuana warehouse. And in 2022, an 1,800-foot drug tunnel connecting a home in Tijuana to a warehouse in San Diego was also discovered. An estimated $25 million in drugs found there.
Damn! Yeah, it's crazy. Because I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if there's a solution to...
Yeah, there is. Every time you find one of them, you bomb it. You blow it up. Blow it up. Treat it like the bug holes in Starship Troopers. Send an RPG down it.
We rage against George Floyd's death, but not Henry Novak's. Well, I suppose because
they are comparing Henry Novak to George Floyd, and I hate to break it to all of the internet online trolls. Henry Novak was nothing like George Floyd. George Floyd was a piece of human trash that was resisting arrest, and he ended up getting himself killed.
Wasn't killed by the
Henry
police.
Novak was a hardworking, I would assume, I think he was Britain, that was going to college, that never had a criminal record, that was doing everything he was supposed to be doing, and he got stabbed by some guy that wanted to carry some weird ceremonial dagger around. These aren't even comparable. Leave it to the internet to find some kind of weird obfuscation to try and connect what happened to Henry Novak to some schizo criminal that had a history of violence.
Well, he died because of a lack of police care, right?
I think what we're seeing here is an outpouring of rage that the police didn't turn up at the scene of this crime and automatically presume that the brown people were the criminals and the liars and the white person was the innocent victim. I think it's that simple. I think they just hate the fact that the police force no longer turn up at the scene of the crime and treat the ethnic minority as the wrong one.
No, they hate the fact that a young man lost his life because he was following orders by the police, and it was racially charged and motivated. The thing is they arrested a young man who was more accepting of following the law and doing what he was told, that it cost him his life. And he's dead now because of it. He was stabbed for doing nothing wrong. And he's dead now. He followed what the police wanted him to do to get on his stomach, even though everything in his body was telling him that if he did that, he was going to die. And he died. He followed the law to his last breath. And you want to sit here and do this, guy? Yeah, and you know what? You keep calling people white supremacists and Nazis, and maybe you'll get what you want.
These people here, in my opinion, are just as much of an enemy as any of the invaders are. They are enabling this to happen, purposefully misunderstanding. Because, yeah, they automatically default assumed that the guy that was laying on the ground and could barely talk was the one who did something wrong. They told him that he wasn't stabbed.
And then he's saying he was stabbed 3 times before they laid him on his stomach, where he freaked out and panicked, and then he finally laid down and died because he choked on his own blood. You had multiple police reports or multiple people calling in the whatever y'all use over there in Britain, saying that there was somebody who was stabbed. Even after this young man died, you didn't even handcuff this schizo that did it. You brought him somewhere where you can get whatever food he wanted before he was put in jail. And you want to talk about racism? That's crazy. This young man was handcuffed and bled internally and died, yet not once was this piece of shit ever slapped with handcuffs. That's crazy.
Then they went with the murderer.
Be careful what you wish for. You might get it.
Go get him food.
Look, I think this is a tragic case, Henry Novak, but we really need to listen to Henry's family because they're asking us as politicians, as leaders, not to use his case to whip up divisions.
See, he's trying to rein people in because he knows that it's getting out of control. And he knows that this could break containment and actually radicalize people. The fact
It already has. It already has. There's nothing that Keir Starmer is going to say that is going to magically make this go away. Because the second that this uproar is done, there will be somebody else who will suffer and die because of this nonsense. And if you think it's bad now, it's only going to keep getting worse. Every time this happens, the uproar will be even worse. You better pray to whatever it is you pray to, Keir Starmer, that something doesn't happen while they're in an uprise right now, or not an uprise, but causing an uproar, because it will incite even more crazy violence than what's already happening.
That there is a 2-tier police state that prioritizes minorities at the expense of the native population. This is unfair, and it shouldn't be happening.
Exactly. Just listen again to what the family are asking of us.
Such a massive high ground opinion, by the way. Huge high ground.
Also, I hate that. I hate seeing the Prime Minister take that family for his own ends, I say. Right? I say it's his own ends.
That's his job, Kelvin.
Right. No, it's not his job. What he wanted to do, could have done, is he could have gone down to a very small place in Southampton, very secretly, and met them there. No, he got them to come to number 10. They're emotionally, I can't imagine what it's like for them. I look upon it as a way of putting Starmer at the heart of something which he didn't change at all, brings the family up to London like that.
With respect, you're twisting Starmer's motives there. Neither of us know.
Oh my God, a politician! I'm twisting his motive.
Everybody knows. Of course, that's what's happening.
Come on,
2020, bro. Keir Starmer reacts to the George Floyd video.
Absolutely shocked, as I'm sure everybody was shocked. In particular, just hearing someone almost talking through their own death. It was very, very upsetting, emotionally upsetting. And I'm afraid, I'm sure this is the same for other people. I couldn't take my mind off the face of the officer and the sort of nonchalance, if you like, of what was happening. It was really...
By the way, Henry Nowak was 1,000 times worse than George.
Yeah, it was. They're not even comparable. I'm not even sorry to say that either. No, George Floyd was a criminal. He was a violent, awful criminal and a drug addict. And you're trying to compare that to a young man that had his whole life ahead of him, regardless of their skin color. One of them was going to college, was going to be something, and you're comparing that to like almost a 50-year-old dude that had a criminal history of violence. No, dude.
It's not even close.
Really chilling. And I think that's why it sparked such a reaction across the world. I was genuinely shocked. And the image, I think, will stick with me. And I'm sure it'll stick with many people.
If these people could turn off the internet and kill the population, they would do it. Let's be honest here.
That combination of a man talking about his last breath in that way, and an officer apparently unmoved.
Man, you just really had to 1-for-1 it, didn't you? That's so ironic. Wow. Almost half of British students back the return of the death penalty. The death penalty.
Yeah, and it's only going to go up. It's only going to go up. The more you don't solve the problem, every day that you read a news report of a guy that had like a CVS linked criminal record going into a public transit system, pouring gasoline on somebody and lighting somebody on fire who burned to death, is another day that you might as well just advocate for vigilante justice, because it's going to get there. It's going to happen. The more you sit here and refuse to do anything about these fucking criminals that are running rampant in this country and in every country around the world, you are setting up another day for vigilante justice, for a person to go out that has nothing left to live for in their life because they had everything taken away, to go out there and do the justice that the prison systems won't do. Because you've got all these woke, DEI, useless piece of shit judges that need to be sitting in jail right next to these criminals.
Penalty was abolished in Britain in 1969, but growing numbers of youngsters are now calling for its reintroduction. I'm glad to see this. I'm very happy to see young people that are becoming extremely based. This is amazing. I'm very, very happy about this.
Exactly, because it affects them. I mean, of course.
Fumes at Netanyahu. You're fucking crazy. You'd be in prison if it weren't for me. I'm saving your ass. Everybody hates you now. Everybody hates Israel because of this. Donald Trump confirms he told Benjamin Netanyahu that he's fucking crazy on a phone call. I did. I wasn't angry, but I was a little perturbed. Big
I hate to hear what he's like when he's angry.
They've already agreed they're not going to have a nuclear weapon.
Have they?
Oh yeah, they've agreed to that. That was the big thing.
How do you know the people you're talking to there are actually the people making the decisions?
So we had various levels of people, and the first set is gone, the second set is gone. We're dealing with, we know they're the
W10 Jules for the thumbs up.
Right,
is it the gay Ayatollah?
He's involved, absolutely.
Really?
Is it the gay Ayatollah? Did she really ask him that?
They have a lot of respect for him.
So is he's compos mentis? He's not sick in hospital in a coma as we've been told?
I don't know. I haven't.
Nobody knows. You know why? Because the dude's too chicken shit to pop his head out of his hidey hole. He's either dead or he's too chicken shit. I mean, there's no in between.
Well, I'm not hearing he's doing great, missing a lot of different parts, but we seem to be getting.
How's it going, Capitals?
Well.
Now, Axios reported that you had a phone call with Bibi Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, in which you were angry with him. You said, "Are you effing crazy? What are you effing doing? I helped you stay out of jail." Is that true? Did you speak to him in those terms?
I did. I wouldn't say.
How's it going, your boy?
Damn.
Perturbed
boy,
at his.
Damn. So he actually said that shit.
Fighting with Lebanon. At some point, I said, "Bibi, we got to stop this. We got to stop it." Now I have to make a determination. Do we sign a deal or we do it the other way? The other way is not nice.
What will the other way achieve, though?
Certainty. It would be over.
That's a good answer.
There wouldn't be any bullshit. There wouldn't be any talking. There wouldn't be any delay. I'd rather do it the nice way from a humanitarian standpoint.
Can you do it just with bombing the other way?
You don't have to. We don't need boots on the ground now. Well, we did it. You know, we wiped out much of their military with just bombing. We didn't put anybody on the ground. You don't want to do that. You're so far away. You don't want to do that.
For 2028, the Democrats, who knows who they're going to field? They don't have a great candidates, but you have a cornucopia of talent.
We have a lot of talent.
They got a lot of young bucks.
You talked about JD and Marco Rubio, and I think you sort of.
It's good. I like them together. You know, it would be great. But I would think that JD and Marco as a team would be very hard to beat.
How's their
compare that to these low IQ people
Yeah.
that we have on the other side. You know, Gavin Newsom is an example. He said he's a stupid person. He said he's
dyslexic.
He said that he's. Look, I'm not going to knock dyslexia because people have it, but. It's not ideal if you're president.
Why boast about it?
Well,
it's not ideal if you're president.
He's trying to find common ground with his with the people that he's trying to get to vote for him, but he's such a privileged white dickhead that he can't even find common ground with them without being called racist, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
True. He can't read a speech. He said he can't read a speech. He cannot do it. He said he's a stupid person. But he said he's smarter than the people in the room. So that now they're going after it because it happened to be a black audience. It was the most incredible thing. He's smarter. He said he's stupid, but he's smarter than the people in the room. I'll be honest, there's something wrong with him.
It looked really bad. It did. It looked really, really bad.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. And, you know, and I'm not trying
to... The issue that I see here is that he wasn't seeing race and color. He was talking about the average Joe, if that makes any sense. And it was being taken in a way that was racist. I don't know how to break it to the internet, but people that were raised around like the 95 to like 2016 era don't really see skin color. You know why? Because we see everybody equal. That's why. That's why he wasn't referring to anybody's skin color. He was using numbers and IQs to try to, I mean, like, let's be honest here, Joe that works at the mechanic shop probably doesn't have a very, very big IQ, okay? Like, he makes good money, okay? But there's a reason why he's moving boxes around and not actually working on the cars.
offend anyone, you know, trying to act all there if you got 940.
Hey, yo, I'm just retarded like y'all are. I would assume, right? No, it's all right.
I cannot. You've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech.
Because it happened.
You can't read?
To be a black audience. It was the most incredible thing. He said he's stupid, but he's smarter than the people on the room. I'll be honest.
I don't think he meant that in a racist way. But I'm totally going to use it against Gavin Newsom because I don't like Gavin Newsom, so fuck him.
With him.
Yo, W200 joules for the sunshine. If you do hear sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. I'm here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Yo, that W for the flow. W for the flow. For 200 joules. W200 joules by Capitals. What is this?
California election workers are still counting votes, and we are learning it could be days before we know who will advance to the runoff in two hugely important races. California, as you may know, is known for being notoriously slow at vote counting.
Yeah, they got to make sure they slide in enough votes so that way the candidate they want to win wins.
It actually
I'm not even going to lie. I don't really like saying that either. I don't like being like, oh, well, you know, obviously they cheated. I mean, the only cheating that I could possibly see is them using the homeless people and bribing them for voter registrations just so that way they could give it to the illegals that are there so they could vote. That's the only form that I could see of actual cheating. Like, I don't really blame the ballot people, other than the fact that maybe they need to have some form of like actual identification per voter. That would be great. But they don't.
Sparked widespread criticism across the political spectrum over time. And right now, for California governor, the Trump-endorsed Republican Steve Hilton is maintaining his lead over former Democrat state attorney General Javier Becerra.
Let's go.
Far-left billionaire Tom Steyer, who spent, well, we can tell you at least $200 million on this one race, is in third place. Steve Hilton originally announced his campaign right here on the Faulkner Focus, and he joined me yesterday and what it will take to make the Golden State golden again.
It's the election.
Get rid of all the goddamn crime.
For who's going to lead our state and who's going to lead us in the direction that Californians want. We don't have to have the highest housing costs in the country. We don't have to have the highest gas prices in the country.
No, you don't. You're absolutely right. He's absolutely right as well. He's absolutely right.
We don't have to have the highest taxes in the country for the worst results. These are all choices. These are choices made by the people in charge.
And there's going to be a lot more people that are going to be young, that are going to know exactly what's going on because they were raised in it. They've experienced it. They lived through it. And just like my input on most of these topics, they're not going to be dissuaded by nonsensical, egg-shelled topics like talking about somebody's fucking shoes that they got from Trump. The days of mental gymnastics are being completely obliterated by people who have experienced firsthand this corruption. Whenever you push an entire generation of people and they finally get to the age where they can go in and become politicians, you have completely alienated those people. They won't care what you have to say. They will treat you just like Marco Rubio does. Most of your nonsense is just blatant bullshit. They will sit there on the stage and ask you what makes what's the difference between a man and a woman? Define a woman, and completely annihilate you in most topics because they've lived through it and they've got like actual firsthand knowledge on most of these topics.
And in the race for Los Angeles mayor, a city fentanyl-ridden with rampant homelessness, incumbent Democrat Mayor Karen Bass, who's been overseeing all of that, is waiting to see who she will face in the November 3rd runoff. Will it be the rising star, non-politician Spencer Pratt, or the radical
it's gonna be Spencer Pratt. She's done. There's no way, dude.
left candidate Nithya Raman?
Unless they magically manage to get like almost another 100,000 more votes, there's no way.
Post opinion editor with this.
There's almost no way that Nithya Raman could move into second place. She is roughly 50,000 votes behind. I don't think there are 50,000 votes for her left in the pile of ballots to be counted. And that's assuming, of course, Spencer Pratt has 0 votes in that pile. So I think Spencer Pratt is comfortably in second place.
Report from the ground now. Let's get it from Matt Finn. Matt.
Harris, we're now 2 days after Election Day here in L.A. County, and officials say there are still 700,000 ballots left to be counted. Only 62% have been tallied. It is a slow trickle. Now, the latest ballot dump we got shows Mayor Karen Bass has strengthened her lead. Spencer Pratt picked up about 6,000 votes. Third place, Nithya Raman benefited with about 9,000 votes that narrowed Pratt's lead. In the governor's race, roughly 56% of the vote is counted. Republican Steve Hilton remains on top with 1.42 million votes. Democrat Javier Becerra in second with 1.3 million votes. Democrat Tom Steyer in third. Now, also in the congressional races, Governor Newsom's effort to turn 5 House seats from red to blue is running into some problems.
As it would and should.
District near San Diego, which was redrawn to favor Democrats, Republican Jim Desmond has won a majority of the vote over a Democratic city councilwoman. And up north, Democrats face the possibility of losing a second redrawn district near Sacramento, where former Republican, now independent candidate Kevin Kiley is leading among a field of Democrats with a Republican in second.
Bro, the Republicans are just decimating
as well. Now, California says its vote counting system takes so long, in part because every voter gets a mail-in ballot that doesn't have to be postmarked until the final voting day and then signature verified.
In the days ahead, you will likely hear from voices, some big voices, some loud voices, that it's crazy, that maybe it's even stupid that it takes this long for votes to be counted in California. I want to emphasize it's not stupid, it's not crazy, it's actually the law in California.
And in some of these statewide races, only about 50% of the vote has been tallied, so we could be looking at this for days, maybe even weeks. We've been here before, Harris.
Well, I'm telling you what, if it doesn't go the Democrats' way, those man's words are going to be twisted. I guarantee you'll hear Democrats saying, well, even the law can be stupid, because this jungle primary has yielded this for them, a fight that they never thought they'd see in that cobalt blue state and city of Los Angeles, particularly. It's really blue. All right, Matt, thank you.
They trying everything they can to redistrict that bitch so that way they can get as many votes as they can to win what they want. And it is not working. one way or another. Trump's Iran objective will be fulfilled one way or the other. What else do we have? Watch AOC dodge questions on allegations and new reports of... what is this?
As you all know, this all kind of just came out. I've been doing legislative business on the floor, so I need to dig into everything further before commenting on it. Because I think this reporting just recently came out, so I just want to make sure that I'm fully read up on it before I comment on it.
Generally about Plattner, are you concerned by what you've seen so far? Does he offer voters more of an does he need to offer voters more of an explanation?
I mean, I think...
this has to do with that Graham guy, right? Whatever the fuck he is. What is this? One day ago, outsider Pratt, Hilton, Stun.
Thank you, guys, and here we go now. Los Angeles voters firing a political warning shot across the bow late last night. The Democratic incumbent, Karen Bass, heading to a runoff in the race for mayor. Spencer Pratt, the challenger, is right on her heels. So good morning, everybody. Dana's got the day off today. I'm Bill.
Mayor in decades to get less than 50% of the vote, forcing her into a runoff in November. And it's not clear who she will face. But right now, Spencer Pratt sitting in second place ahead of progressive Nithya Raman.
So now,
Come on, Spencer Pratt, baby. Take it home.
Challenge amid
I don't think Spencer Pratt's going to be mayor. I don't think Los Angeles is... I'm sorry. I don't think California is got it down bad enough yet.
Tumultuous tenure, many voters angry over the rampant homelessness and the drug-ridden streets. The city's also struggled to rebuild after the devastating Palisades fire that...
I mean, like, it's hard to rebuild your house whenever all the money that was supposed to go to you for fire relief instead went to, common criminals inside of the prison systems, from what I understand.
Thousands of homes. And with the votes still being counted, all three candidates battling to the very end. And in the early morning hours, here is how two of them see it now.
I have devoted my entire life to serving the city that I love.
Then why the fuck is it burnt down? If that's the truth, then why the fuck is it burnt down and you got rampant homelessness? It seems to me like you don't give two shits and one fuck about anybody in California.
Where I was born, and I'm going to continue to do that all the way to victory in November.
And she knows it's on. She's. I hope she's ready, because I literally could not be more excited.
No matter what happens in this election,
That's right, cry. That's right, cry, because you know your ass is cooked. Cry about it. Come on, cry a little harder.
never stop fighting for it.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile,
what's
the
the
race
matter?
for
Your fucking terrorists can't be imported anymore. Oh
California
no.
governor remains too close to call. Republican Steve Hilton and Democrat Javier Becerra leading the pack. Matt Finn is live in LA with the latest.
By the way, she ran on open borders. That's why she's losing, by the way. If you still try to run on this mindset with open borders, you're probably going to get completely decimated.
Matt?
Good morning, Jackie. If Mayor Karen Bass got more than 50% of the vote last night, she would have been automatically reelected. This is over. But she did not.
She didn't.
So now Bass and whomever officially comes in second place behind her are going to advance to the general election in November, where they're going to battle this out all over again.
Look at that number, boy. Look at that number.
Now, the latest numbers from the AP this morning in the mayor's race.
4%.
The AP estimates 63% of the votes are in. Karen Bass
Literally 4.4% off.
34% with 172,000 votes. The AP says she'll advance to the general election. Just behind her is Spencer Pratt with 30%, 151,000 votes. And in the distant third is progressive councilwoman Nithya Raman. Now, Bass held a more traditional headquarters event last night at a hotel in Koreatown. Pratt hosted a non-conventional private election night party at Don Antonio's Mexican restaurant, where Pratt addressed one of the most common criticisms against him, not having the right experience.
I feel very confident that I am going to continue to work hard and learn everything I need to learn.
You know who I want in office? I want a homeless dude in office. You know why? Because there were a massive amount of bad events that led to him being homeless. I want a dude that got off the streets, that ran a campaign, got off the drugs, and is now advocating for more rights, for better housing. I'm sorry, what better way to make sure that you're qualified for a position that changes American lives than somebody who's been put through the ringer? I think that's more than a qualification. That's more than enough. I'm tired of hearing the argument, well, we can't have term limits on Senate members because they know what they're doing, and if they know what they're doing, they should stay in their seat. Well, none of them know what the fuck they're doing. There's not a single Senate member that knows what the fuck they're doing while all of California burns down. They take away your freedom of the press, violate the Constitution, allow the payment of mass protesting, and continue to sit here and allow these people all over the country to cause riots. I want somebody in office that was a homeless person that wants to put as many of these people in jail as humanly possible. Even the elected officials that are allowing this corruption.
My team.
That's what I
show
want.
All the experience that I'm going to surround myself with, because that's a concern people have.
We've been fighting because we're not going to let somebody turn back our clock. We are not going to do that. We are going to continue moving our city forward.
Keep fighting for that paycheck, girl. You go on, keep your hustle up. We all know what's going to happen to LA if Chris Pratt gets in charge of that bitch. We all know what's going to happen.
Because this is the greatest city in the world.
I hope if Chris Pratt becomes the mayor, I hope that he does a thorough investigation on this lady. I do. I hope it's so thorough that her shit doesn't stink anymore. I hope they do such a thorough investigation it puts her in jail for 50 years. I do.
And in the governor's race, the AP is reporting 58% of the vote is in, and a Republican is in the lead in California.
That's right.
Former Fox News host and Trump-endorsed Steve Hilton has 1.38 million votes. Just behind him is President Biden's former HHS Secretary, Democrat Javier Becerra, with 1.26 million votes.
I'm very confident. I've always been confident, by the way, that once it's a straight choice in the general election between myself and another Democrat, that we will win, because the argument for change.
W10 Jewel. I didn't even see all that. I'm sorry about that. Salty Nug Monster. W10, 20, 30, 40 jewels from Salty Nug Monster. W. Salty Nug Monster. Oh yeah, no, you've got to be very un-American if you vote for Mayor Bass. I couldn't imagine another 4 years for California having Mayor Bass, because like the corruption that's going on in California is insane. When you start trying to pass laws that violate the Constitution, it's time for you to be put in the box.
Change is irresistible.
While I take nothing for granted, there are lots of ballots left to be counted. It appears that we are on track to advance to November.
And in third place in the governor's race is Democrat Tom Steyer. There are still tens of thousands of votes to be tallied. We will keep you updated here from California. Back to you guys in New York.
All right, Matt Finn, thanks so much.
So, Jackie, over on the board, we'll show you where we stand right now. We'll begin.
A lot of people trying to keep up with that, man. A lot of people. What is this? This is horrific. What is this?
The walls may be closing in on Maine Senate candidate Graham Plattner as he reportedly faces tough questions from Senate Democrats over whether new allegations will come to light. This comes as a growing list of controversies threaten his bid for office, including, but not limited to, explicit text messages, sexting allegations, a Nazi-linked tattoo, and deleted comments on Reddit mocking a Purple Heart recipient. Where do Democrats draw the line?
Man. Well, they advocate for it, though. They advocate for terrorism. That's what they want. I mean, it's obvious. Ooh, look, they actually covered this. Hezbollah rejects Israel-Lebanon ceasefire.
We are following some breaking news today. Hezbollah has rejected the latest ceasefire proposal with Israel. It's something Iran says has to be agreed upon before reaching a peace deal with the U.S. And it comes as Army officials are telling Fox News the conflict is putting a strain on the Pentagon budget. Our chief national security correspondent, Jennifer Griffin, is reporting live from Washington. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Aisha. Well, the unresolved conflict with Iran, the rising cost of fuel, and unexpected U.S. military operations is straining the Pentagon budget, U.S. Army officials told Fox, forcing tough budget decisions and curtailed training. Quote,
no. YouTube's done a pretty good job at trying to suppress the content, so a lot of my viewership has completely been decimated over the past. It's like slowly going down over the past few weeks. So, like, I don't know if it's because the lack of, like, high, like, breaking news and stuff, but I do know that whoever is currently, you know, allowing the viewership on the channel definitely doesn't like the content, so, yeah, it might be getting a lot more slower here, guys, so, I've noticed that they're trying to demonetize a lot of my, my live streams as well whenever they get published, for like the not like, so like typically if I click off of audio fast enough that I like, you know, like music, it doesn't hit me, but whoever's been fucking with me here lately, they really don't like me. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing and enjoying myself and having fun, and they can go fuck themselves, because I'm sure they're probably going to get fired soon, so it won't really matter.
Energy market dynamics.
But yeah, no, like viewership across the entire channel, even with you guys donating the jewels, hasn't really helped. I'm half tempted to say if you guys want to donate like actual money, that would probably be more beneficial, because I don't know what the jewels do at this point, because even though like people have been donating jewels, YouTube's still been fucking me over. And I'm at the point now to where I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. I'm still doing it for fun. I'm having a great time. I'm making a little bit of money. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? W almost $1.99, no sound. Should be fine. No, you good? Like, jewels are still great. Oh, wait. Did somebody else donate 5? What's going on here? Did you see the arrest of Bolton? He received a charge of having classified documents. The big arrests are happening. Damn, so whoever is running Pam Bondi's old office needs to stay there. Because ever since we got rid of Pam Bondi, by the way, W$5 by Cutting Edge. W$5, I didn't see this before. Whoever is running Pam Bondi's old office needs to stay there. Because I was promised, you know, jail for these people, and it's nice to see. I want to see these people go to jail.
Oblique reference to disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, but don't feel obligated to, like, spend money or anything, guys. Like, I'm just saying that if you guys you know, do decide to donate, that it might be a better idea. Like, if you have the jewels, that'd be great, but I think, like, if you guys actually want to, like, donate the money, that'd also be great. And just showing up and liking the stream and watching every day, that does wonders. It does. And the reason why I bring up the whole, like, demonetization thing on, like, the individual streams is because, like, whenever I get constant viewership on a stream, it's a great way to make money. Unless they demonetize the stream because of a literal second song segment that I had no idea was going to be in the actual stream in a video, right? It's like they're literally trying to nitpick everything they can out of the stream.
Increasing fuel
and then
costs.
If they can't demonetize it, they age restrict it so that way I don't get any actual money from the ads that roll.
Which can affect the cost of transporting personnel, supplies, and equipment. The chief of naval operations, Admiral
And
Darrell...
it's not even the fact that and why it matters is like, yeah, I can, after the stream is done, I can submit an appeal, which usually gets accepted, and the age restriction gets taken off. It's the fact that until that appeal is accepted, all of the money that I would have made from that stream goes bye-bye. Unless you're a channel membership. That was another thing I was going to say, unless you're a channel member. If you're a channel member and it gets restricted, I still get the ad revenue from you guys. So that was another thing I was going to say. Yes. And that's what's weird about it. I can understand if they struck, because I live stream 2 different ways to YouTube. I have the shorts feed and I have the big feed, right? They only like to strike one of the feeds. So how are you going to tell me that one of them that gets the most viewership is age restricted, but the other one's not? Or the one that gets the most viewership is also the one that gets demonetized for the music, but the other one doesn't. That's why I know what's going on here. I wasn't born yesterday. They're trying to suppress everything they can. Even the video viewership is down like crazy. Even though you guys are out there hyping and doing the engagement, I was getting thousands of views, and now I'm only getting a couple hundred. So it's obvious what's going on here. I'm not stupid. I'm just waiting for the dumb brain-dead fuck that's causing this to fuck off and lose their job because all their DEI programs are dismantled. That's literally where I'm at.
Told
like
the House Armed
straight
Services
up.
Committee that without supplemental funding, the U.S. Navy
Same shit,
will have
different
to make
day.
tough decisions.
The FY26 budget.
But I just wanted to bring it up. I don't want to be like, oh, guys, oh, no. I'm just bringing up, like, if you guys notice that there isn't really that many people anymore watching, that's why. Like, I could understand if it was both streams, but it's not. It's it's the stream with the most viewership that they're hitting. And it's a way to try and, like, I guess do what Iran's doing to the world. They're trying to, I guess they're trying to cut off my little bit of money supply, but I hate to break it to you, whoever's on YouTube that's doing this. I was doing this even when I wasn't making any money. I'm always going to be here.
And Epic Fury. That does come at costs, and it comes at operational costs. Things like fuel costs, operating hours, training airframes.
Yo, W5 Gaming Wade gifted memberships. Oh wait, I saw, man, what is going on with my notifications right now? Hold on. Y'all are doing shit and it's not popping for me. Hold on. Let me take it back a step. Okay, so there's the $5 dono. W to any Jules members that I haven't seen. I'm going to go through and try to find them. Let me go back to the $2. Where's that $2 dono? Okay, so we got a lot. Hold on. Where's that $2 dono? And then we'll take it from there. Hold on, guys. I don't see it, and there's no way it's that far back, right? Okay, so W5, I saw one. W 10 Jules from, okay. It doesn't help that I am, okay. W 250 Jules from TX Julies. W 10 Jules from T Money, WT Money, WX Julies. Let me keep rolling down a little bit. Let me keep going down a little bit. W $5 from Cutting Edge. We read that comment. Make sure y'all like that up too. Let me keep going. I have 350 Jules I was trying to save for Pride Flag. So I have to pay LGBTQIA plus. No. You have to say it the way it is, man. It's LGBTQIA ABCDEFGHIJKLMNOP QRSTV WXY and Z. See, that's what you got to do now. You got to say the whole alphabet. W250 Jules from Rachel. W Rachel. By the way, the Discord's fucking banging. W Rachel. W Beastie Boy for the 5 gifted Gaming Wave memberships. Uh-oh. Something broke. Something actually like broke. Okay, here it is. W gifted memberships. W2 Jules from Amphorism. Amphorism. Uh-oh. We broke the chat. W2 Jules. W Cutting Edge for $5. The thing is, all the charges given to the fraudsters of the anti-fraud task force and all the arrests are due to the fact of Pam Bondi Well, that's the shitty part is like Pam Bondi did like a half-ass job. She started the job, but she would never follow through with the job. That's what's so frustrating about it. Cutting Edge, that's why the campaign to make us hate her look and the arrest in Utah all connected to the fraud in Dubai. There's even more fraud in Dubai? Jesus, man, how deep does the rabbit hole go? Like, seriously, how deep does it go? It's crazy,
and all the
man.
sorts of incremental things, munitions that you actually expend during wartime. I do fear that I'll have to start making decisions in the July timeframe on how I do force generation.
The U.S. Navy has more than 24 warships still in the Middle East enforcing the blockade. To date, the Navy has redirected 127 commercial vessels.
And you know what? You bring up a good point, Salty. How is it that they're telling us that the Pentagon is magically running out of money, yet we have enough money to send Africa and Ukraine all this fucking money? Why the hell we sending everybody all this money? Like what? Like excuse me?
And disabled 6 ships attempting to reach Iranian ports.
Oh, $2. $2.
Ceasefire with
Let me pull that up. Come on. There we go. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. 400 arrests only there, Dubai. 400 arrests is quite a bit, though. Cutting Edge. That's still a lot, though. But are there any convictions? Is there any solid evidence that's going to put these guys in jail for fraud? That's what we need. We don't need to just arrest them. We need to put them in jail or deport them. Like, that's what needs to happen.
Remains fragile. Earlier this week, the U.S. military took part in one of the biggest exchange of strikes since the ceasefire began on April 7th. Iran fired 13 ballistic missiles and 17 drones at Kuwait.
Let's go, Kush.
Several Iranian drones hit Kuwait's international airport, killing 1 Indian national and wounding 63 others. The IRGC says this was in response to U.S. Central Command taking out a telecommunications tower on Keshem Island and disabling a commercial vessel attempting to skirt the blockade in the strait. U.S. forces also disabled an empty sanctioned oil tanker trying to skirt the blockade this week. The Botswana flagged MT
Remember, this is the excuse that they used for bombing a Kuwait airport terminal. Keep that in mind. They used this as an excuse to bomb a Kuwait airport terminal. You know, they took out the engine. Nobody was killed in the blast, taking out this ship. But they're just going to go ahead and send in drones to Kuwait.
His crew ignored repeated warnings over a 24-hour period. U.S. aircraft disabled the vessel by firing a Hellfire missile into the ship's engine room. Last night's War Powers vote in the House shows just how concerned the Congress is about the costs associated.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all hooking it up in chat, man. Chat. Let's see. W10 Joules, something else popped up. I don't know what it was. Okay, there's the Magic Man. W Magic Man. Salty Nug Monster for the 10 Joules for the magical golden poop. W2 Joules for the 100 from Magic Man. W chat, man.
Associated with the war restarting, Aisha.
Jennifer Griffin live for us. Jennifer, thank you. John?
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube.
So there is a political uproar in the UK after the release of disturbing police body cam video. That video shows officers handcuffing and dismissing comments from an 18-year-old man. He was a stabbing victim, lay dying in the street. This after his killer, now convicted, had falsely accused him of a racist attack. That killer is now behind bars for life. We're about to show you some of this video. It's tough to watch. Some may find it
I'm not going to put y'all through that again. I won't put y'all through that again.
Nigel Farage is one of them.
I have the video uploaded onto YouTube already, so I would recommend going to watch that. I won't put y'all through that again. That was actually really difficult to watch. It was really sad.
He's the leader of the Reform UK, and Nigel, thank you for your time. Keir Starmer went after you. He says you're a fake, essentially, in the following comments. I'll get you to react to what he said.
Let me guess, another group of baseless claims that mean fuck all to everybody that do nothing for what's going on to the poor people in the UK that are being killed by these goddamn invaders, and another a politician that needs to be put in jail, right?
I'm really shocked that he pretends to have respect for Henry's family.
Oh, yeah? Is that before or after you talked to the parent that made the press conference that talked about Henry's death and how he tried to triangulate it to knife stabbings instead of what's really going on in the UK? Was that before or after you sat him down and told him what he was going to say, Keir Starmer? That's the real question everybody should be asking.
Then acts in this way. Grieving family have asked us not to respond in the way that the leader of Reform has responded. They have lost their son in the most...
Well, if that's what they say, then why didn't they say that during the press conference? The family can come forward any time and say that. Well, are you like a special person? They could have said that when they gave the press conference. The father gave the press conference. He could have said that, but he didn't. Like I said, I wonder how many people sat there and harassed him and haggled him that were from this dude's freaking this dude's people. You know what I'm saying?
Circumstance. They make a simple plea of us as human beings to please not exploit that. It shows exactly who he is.
So, Nigel, you're welcome to respond to those accusations against you. And I just want to get a frame about this. Riots in the streets and how people are reacting now.
I'm really shocked that the Prime Minister, who took the knee after the murder and death of the serial criminal George Floyd, he took the knee. I'm really shocked that after the death and conviction...
$10 by God and a Fish. W God and a Fish. W God and a Fish. Can you mention my channel from gaming and knives? Oh, you have you uploaded knives on there now? Yeah, check out Nigel, man. Check out God the Fish. Whoops. Check out God the Fish. He's got a gaming channel over there if you guys like watching the gaming stuff. Actually, you know what? I'll do you one better. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that.
So there is a political...
I'll do you one better.
Hey, and Nigel.
Hold on. I'll do you one better. Control V, enter. Let's see if it... Oh, no, you haven't been shadow banned. Okay, that's good. You haven't been shadow banned yet. They haven't gotten that desperate. Share channel. Actually, you know what? Let me just click on a video. There you go. So that way y'all can check the video out and then y'all can go to his channel. Control V. There you go. There you go.
So there is a political uproar in the UK.
Shocked that the Prime Minister, who took the knee after the murder and death of the serial criminal George Floyd, he took the knee. I'm really shocked that after the death and conviction of an innocent 18-year-old boy in the streets...
That's the big word right there. He was innocent. He didn't do anything wrong. And he's dead because of it.
...a city called Southampton didn't say a word, nothing, until I raised it on the public sphere. He is a left-wing human rights lawyer who believes in positive discrimination, who believes in DEI.
I like that word. Positive discrimination. That's exactly what it is, too. It's okay to be racist towards white people. Positive discrimination. Okay.
And who was accepted.
Okay, I like that.
The police
I like
in
that
my
a lot.
country
That's
now treat white
I like
people
that a lot.
differently to black people. And I believe that is a road to ruin. It explains the behavior of those police officers when that poor boy lay there dying. They were more scared
Bro. That's crazy. You've been here for 2 streams and you haven't, like, most of your stuff is just blotted out by YouTube. Held for review. Bro obviously doesn't have anything nice to say. What are we gonna do with this guy? What are we gonna do with this guy, man? He don't even have anything nice to say. Why continue showing up? Oh wait, wrong person. Whoops, wrong person. Even the new comments, dude, they're all getting blotted out. What are you, like, trying to scare me, motherfucker? I have a gun right here. I showed it on stream. What are you trying to fucking scare me or some shit? I don't give a fuck. Shit, I almost shot one of the maintenance guys. Bro rolled up in my apartment without even telling me he was gonna roll up in here, bro. And I was like, what the fuck you doing in my apartment? Neighbor, you probably think I live in a house, don't you? Don't even know what you're talking about. Shit. Bye-bye. A neighbor. That's funny. Bye-bye now. Have fun. Your baseless claims mean nothing. I should have asked him if he thinks I live in an apartment or a house, but I would assume that the whole, like... What the hell happened to the poll? Oh, there it is. It's on this side. Yeah, 85% of people just want you gone. Bye-bye. Have fun. 33 people voted to get you booted, bro.
Are being accused of not dealing with a charge of racism, alleged racism, than somebody literally dying on the floor. And I tell you this, I was there, Bill. I spoke in Parliament yesterday. I had 600 of them screaming at me, shouting at me. But I am more in touch with British public opinion than all of them added up together and multiplied by 10.
Okay, let me hear. The police have since apologized. There's a couple of things I wasn't aware of, that I'm aware of now that I want to ask you about. But first, the apology to Nowak's family.
I'm so sorry you've had to go through this. And again, and I don't think
if you were sorry, you would have put the police officers that did that to that young man in jail. You're not sorry. You don't care. Stop acting like you give a damn. I can't stand these fake facades of these people that, like, bro, you could have fired those officers. You could have put their ass in jail, but you didn't. Stop putting up a fake facade. If you gave 2 shits about anything, about that family, you would have advocated for more than 20 years on that schizo killer, and you would have fired or arrested the 2 cops that put that boy on the ground and let him bleed internally and die. But you don't. You don't give a shit.
It's cutting through. We are saying sorry for handcuffing and arresting Henry. We are genuinely saying that. You know, I hope the conviction of the killer in court is at least some comfort to the family.
So from the Journal today, the woke murder of Henry Nowak, the inadequate
positive racism, I guess, right? More positive racism.
Response of so much officialdom is an example of how woke progressive politics has corrupted institutions, including law enforcement in Western democracies. The accused behind bars now is a Sikh, and Sikhs carry ceremonial knives known as kirpan. And this now convicted killer also had an 8-inch dagger on.
I guarantee you they would. I guarantee you there was a reason why that father stepped up to that podium and talked about how it was a knife crime. I promise you there was a reason for it.
as well. That's part of what I'm learning about this. And Nigel, I did not realize, I don't know if this is under law, but it was after the sentencing that police made this body cam video public. And now you've got the reaction to it. Why does it take so long for people to see what we're watching here?
Because the authorities cover this up. They don't want it debated. In fact, anyone that dares...
Oh, damn, W$20 cutting edge in the big chat. Yes, they arrested the most 10 wanted already, and I think you know the shield the Americans make like 7... Dude, I'm blind as shit. Hold on. 8,700 arrests with the Interpol 3,308 of illegal weapons and 56 tons of drugs. The Monroe Doctrine Interpol Orca X operation. What the hell is that name? That sounds crazy. Yo, hold on. I can't like this. W cutting edge for the $20. Well, they need to keep arresting people, bro. I mean, I live in an apartment.
This gets labeled by our Prime Minister as being far right, whatever that is supposed to mean. And this is how...
Well, it's not just arresting them. As long as people actually catch charges. I feel like if you're an immigrant in this country and you can't keep your nose clean and you keep getting arrested, they should just deport you. I mean, like, it's ridiculous that...
The left-wing, woke, crazy agenda has gone. That chief constable from Hampshire, you just had on the show a moment ago, apologizing. The reason the police behave that way is they are now trained, briefed by police chiefs.
Interpol
they have
Orca
the Hampshire
operation.
and Isle of Wight race report, and they're actually told, you must police different ethnic communities in different ways.
Wow.
Meaning literally that white people do not get the same privileges under the law as Asian or black people.
That is a
Now,
very strong allegation. I just have a second left here, Nigel. Has the temperature cooled down, or is it still at a fever pitch?
No, because Starmer says, let's bury it, forget about it, and all be friends. And I'm saying, unless we deal with this, get rid of two-tier discrimination, it'll get worse over this.
Operation Orca was a massive Interpol coordinated law enforcement operation conducted across 20 countries in Central America, South Africa, and the Caribbean. The 6-week operation, October 15th to November 30th, 2025, focused on dismantling transitional criminal network involved in the trafficking of illegal firearms, drugs, human beings, and other illicit goods. Yo, W, seriously, that's a damn good. And they got all those, they got like, was it like 3,000 tons of drugs, and it resulted in 8,701 arrests. The confiscation of 3,308 illegal firearms and the seizure of 56 tons of illegal drugs, including cocaine, marijuana, and methamphetamine. That's insane. Yo, W, get fucked, you criminal bastards. Bro, it's a complete dismantle worldwide of this bullshit. Everybody's tired of it, and it's about damn time.
This summer. Wow. This debate will run and run, and I believe in all my heart that I'm correct.
Nigel Farage, thank you for your perspective. We're going to
Trump mocks Hunter Biden over a potential presidential bid. I don't really give a shit. We have to return to full combat. I think I've been saying that since we started this stupid peace thing.
All right.
It was stupid from the get-go. Why aren't we bombing them, dude? Seriously, why aren't we bombing these people?
In the peace talks, as Hezbollah rejects the Israel-Lebanon truce. But President Trump says he's hearing something very different. Watch.
I will tell you, they called us and they said, how about stopping? And I think you're going to see things happen over there. That's been like a little bit of a different world, but it's interconnected with Iran. And it would be really nice if Lebanon could have some peace.
And the president was referring to Hezbollah called him, but they don't want peace. Let's bring in four-star general, Fox News senior.
So, hold on. If Israel wants to continue to mop up Hezbollah, then what does it matter? It's obvious that Iran can't even control their terrorist organization. So, if Israel wants to continue taking out Hezbollah, then why not let them? If they, like, I'm sorry, dude, like, it's like a parent that has a bunch of kids that are inside of a china shop. Like, if you have kids and you're letting them run around inside of the china shop and destroy things, and you tell the worker there, well, yeah, sorry, but, you know, I don't really want you to do any kind of discipline action on my child, but, you know, we'll continue to sit here and have this quote-unquote ceasefire. You know, you won't call the police and I won't call the police. Like, I'm sorry. No. This is ridiculous. Like, how did we come to this where Iran is like, oh no, we don't back terrorist organizations. Really, then why are they attacking on your behalf? Well, you see, we back them, but, you know, we don't really control them, really. That's interesting. So, why are you backing them? Well, you know, no. Bullshit. Iran knows what Hezbollah is doing. Hezbollah knows that they're controlled by Iran. This is bullshit. Why are you catering to this stupidness? Are you sending them money and guns? Yes. Okay. That's all we need to know. Bomb both of them. But we can't control Hezbollah. Well, maybe you should have thought about that. Not my problem. Sorry.
Strategic analyst and chairman of the Institute of Study of War.
Where does this come from?
It looks like we're being the whole thing is stalled. Any of these peace talks. We're now in our 8th week. Where do you think of a ceasefire? It's supposed to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, first of all, let's just start with the fact that in close to 50 years, only one president has taken consequential action against Iran and their predator behavior in the region, and that's President Trump, obviously. 5 weeks of epic fury and a naval blockade has devastated this regime militarily and economically. But they're down, and they're not out.
Well, they're not out because they've got terrorist organizations that can still attack America and Americans. Like, at the end of the day, there are still terrorist organizations that are heavily armed, extremely capable of doing the violence that the IRGC was trying to do to the Americans before all their shit got destroyed. They're obviously trying to coordinate with the terrorists in the general area of the Middle East, and they're trying to plan something. It's completely blatantly obvious. That's why they keep using drone attacks.
They suggested we go into this diplomatic mode because when they shut down the Straits of Hormuz, they said we can work out a deal and we'll open it up in 2 weeks. Well, here we are 8 weeks later. They've never opened it up.
Exactly.
And they keep kicking out the idea that we can make a deal. And I think we have to accept the reality that's just not going to happen. They have
Exactly.
one motive in mind here: stretch out negotiations as much as possible, get as close to the political situation in terms of midterm elections, and there will be less likelihood that President Trump would ever pull the trigger and go back to military operations. I believe that is their unstated strategy, their public strategy. Oh, we're going to make a deal. We're interested in making one. I think we have to accept after 8 weeks, this is really not going to happen. And even if we did make a deal, we can't throw them a financial lifeline that'll help them to recover financially, because then they'll be systematically, in time, reverse everything that they signed on a dotted line saying they would do. And we know that because they've always cheated in the past and they'll cheat in the future. I think we've got to come to the reality that we have to return to military operations.
When it comes to a civilization like Iran, and you know that there were a bunch of religious extremists, if you start or you decide to engage in a war with a religious extreme group of people like Iran, you better be ready to bulldoze their civilization over using whatever tactics you can. Because if you don't, they will do it to you. They will do it to the world. And the thing is I don't think Trump was ready for that. I don't think Trump was ready to do what it takes to completely decimate this regime, regardless of the cost of human life. I can see if Trump makes a deal with these terrorists, I can see another 9/11 happening where it ends up just like Japan, like with Pearl Harbor. I could see that. I can see them re-getting their strength, making a weapon and using it on America, and in America being forced to crack nukes over their fucking civilization. I can see it. Now, could it have been avoidable? Yes, it could have been, if we had just done it now while they're weak. It absolutely could have been avoidable.
When we stopped, we had about 2 weeks left. And the IDF and Central Command believes they have 10 to 14 days left to be able to finish offensive operations that were assigned to them. And now we actually have more targets. And the reason is because we've been monitoring them for 8 weeks. We have lots of intelligence. And obviously, they've been recovering their military capability during these 8 weeks as well. But we've been monitoring that. So what I'm suggesting is, if we go back to military operations, and I believe that's the preferred option, I think we should return to full combat operations. There's going to be suggestions we just do a limited operation or a small operation to kind of get their attention. And here's the caution. The caution is Iran's going to retaliate regardless of whether we go small or go big. Let's go big, take down as much of their capabilities as we possibly can, and get these guys as close to collapse as a military operation can possibly achieve. And then with economic pressure, we can put this regime truly on a pathway to collapse. I think that is the best option in front of us.
General, from everything I've read and from what we've seen, I think it's the only option. The other thing that you've been monitoring close, and I always read the Institute of Study of War every single day. It comes out 2 or 3 times a day on all the hot spots in the world. And what Ukraine is doing is the most underreported, fantastic story in the world today.
It is.
And now President Zelensky, in an open letter to Vladimir Putin, proposes a face-to-face meeting for a full ceasefire.
Yeah. I mean, after he bombed Moscow, it kind of sent a message to Vladimir. I mean, with how, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it, Russia's weak. And the Ukraine proved that. They couldn't even defend Moscow. I'm almost fairly certain this war with Russia and Ukraine is coming to a very abrupt end. Because the Ukraine is just done with it. Like, the Ukraine is pushing back over the land, and they're also bombing capitals now. Like, it doesn't look good for Russia.
Russia continues to go after civilian targets because they can't hurt the military. Your thoughts about a one-on-one meeting, and maybe you should tell our audience how effective Ukraine has been.
Yeah, well, there's been a major turnaround in the war. Russia has started their spring and summer offensive, and it has failed miserably. They are losing more territory than they have the ability to take. And that means that Ukraine is on the offense and is retaking territory. They've actually also, despite the dominance of drone warfare, which led to positional warfare on the ground as a result of it, no operational maneuver, no tanks, no fighting vehicles, Ukraine has returned to tactical maneuver. They figured out how to suppress Ukraine's drones at the same time maneuver with those tanks supported by artillery and supported by drones, and obviously infantry on the ground. So the war has changed. And for the first time ever, Putin cannot replace the number of casualties he's taken. In other words, he's taken more casualties than he has people to replace them. And obviously that's diminishing returns. And he's in a bind. And economically, he's hurting despite all of the bluster that they have at the St. Petersburg Economic Conference just held recently, telling the world what kind of great shape they are. It's just a bunch of hooey saying they've had 10% growth and they're solid economically. Quite the opposite is taking place here. So Ukraine has a momentum and the war is. And they're doing that because they know Ukraine has a shortage of intercepts in doing that. These, particularly the PAC-3 Patriot intercepts. They fly hundreds of drones at Ukraine. Ukraine takes down 90% of them. Ballistic missiles, 15 to 20% only. The rest are getting through. And some of that obviously is hitting the target. Some miss the target. But the reality is they need intercepts. And what Ukraine is offering, give us the licensing rights to manufacture these PAC-3 intercepts ourselves. They've already made long-range missiles, offensive missiles. They want to build defensive missiles.
Ukraine. I mean, they're holding their own. Good for them. Hefty fine. John Bolton could face prison and other penalties. Whoa, what is this?
All right, former National Security Advisor and UN Ambassador John Bolton is set to plead guilty later this month to the many charges against him for illegally distributing and retaining classified information. Fox News is learning tonight that as part of that plea agreement, Bolton could pay a very hefty fine, possibly in the millions, and possibly avoid jail time. The sentence could be up to 5 years. Here with the details, Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett. Wow, Hillary didn't get held accountable. Joe Biden didn't get held accountable, but get Bolton.
Right?
Yeah, this proves they should have been held accountable. You know, Bolton is hoping to avoid prison, as you point out, Sean, by, copying to a single charge instead of facing trial on 18 counts. But the punishment ultimately will be up to the judge, could be as high as 5 years behind bars. But Bolton caved in because
what is it with these political people that go into office and they keep taking documents and bringing them home? I mean, Trump did the exact same shit. What is it with these classified documents, bro?
Had no defense.
Why do they keep taking
he
shit?
He stored thousands of pages of classified top secret material at his home. And that is a clear violation of the Espionage Act. He then compounded his felonies by sharing it with family members.
Okay, well, that's a big difference. Yeah, no, that'll fuck you over. Yeah, that seems like a problem.
Had no security clearance whatsoever, so that's even more crimes. When Bolton
is it? See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you, as the president of the United States, could do that. Okay, so then that's different. Then that is different.
Was indicted last year. He blamed Trump for targeting him for political reasons. And then Democrats like Adam Schiff, Jamie Raskin, they leveled the same accusations. The truth is, it was Joe Biden's DOJ that launched this criminal investigation of John Bolton when our intel agencies discovered that Iran had hacked Bolton's computer and accessed secrets that damaged national security. And the fact that Bolton now admits his guilt proves...
So, by that technicality, they should have locked up Nancy Pelosi, and they should lock this dude up, John Bolton. Unfortunately, I think Joe Biden wouldn't be able to, get locked up for his classified document nonsense, but... So, yeah, no, Not Nancy Pelosi. I'm sorry, not Nancy Pelosi. Hillary Clinton. Jesus Christ.
This wasn't about politics. No, this was about serious crimes, enforcing the law. Bolton's arrogance brought this on. He was warned by a federal judge back in 2020 that he was inviting criminal charges against himself by including classified material.
Oh, he did it before he was president. Okay.
Book he was publishing. Judge said, don't do it. But of course, Bolton, driven by greed, did it anyway. And now, as part of the plea, as you point out, he's got to cough up the profits to the tune of $2 million plus. And
I think that Biden should get a pass simply because he has brain cancer. Look, I'm sorry, you may not like Biden, but bro, I don't think he deserves that either. I'm sorry. Wishing that kind of it's just bad. Like, it's just bad. You shouldn't really wish that on. Like, now, if they're like a criminal, like an actual person that wants to go out and kill people, that's obviously different. But like, just because he let his wife carry most of the press conferences and he really didn't give press conferences, let's calm down.
Hope that he escapes prison. But there's one other important point. You alluded to it.
We all know that Biden was just kind of a shell the entire time he was inside of the office. He was completely fucking useless.
Sean, the Bolton case proves James Comey was wrong when he cleared Hillary Clinton for doing the exact same thing, storing classified materials on her home computer. Comey claimed at the time, oh, no reasonable prosecutor would ever bring such a case. That is a legal standard that does not exist in the law. Comey made it up to protect Hillary, and the Bolton case proves it because reasonable career prosecutors at the DOJ did bring the case against Bolton, the same case that should have been filed against Hillary Clinton. But Comey ran interference for her because he hated Trump, and that was rank corruption.
All right, Greg Jarrett, thank you for that very informative report. All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast.
Let's see, what do we got here? Say it to my face, Jill, at former Biden. Do we have anything new? Oh man, I really hope Chris Pratt's able to maintain his lead.
California is still counting.
I think that he'll probably end up in the final counts for everything, but I don't think he's gonna win. I just don't see it, man. I'm sorry. I hope he does. I hope Spencer Pratt actually does it. I don't know, bro. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if the people in LA are mad enough yet.
The race is still undecided, and mountains of ballots piled up, waiting to be open, with more on the way in the mail. There must be a better system, America. Someday we'll find it. Dana's out. She's back on Monday. I'm Bill Hemmer, and here we go. How you doing?
Here we go.
Great choice of color, by the way.
Hey, nice tie.
There is a better way. Stop accepting mail-in ballots. They're taking twice as long because it's the process to go through them is ridiculous. They have to make sure that they're actually valid. It's ridiculous.
I'm Jackie Heinrich. And yeah, it could be a few more weeks until we know the winners in California. Key races still hanging in the balance right now. You've got the governor's primary.
Who the fuck would vote for that Porter bitch? That lady is crazy. She's been charged with domestic abuse for throwing hot mashed potatoes on her ex-husband. Who the hell would vote for Katie Porter? This lady is crazy.
Javier Becerra and Republican.
She's known for even abusing her staff.
Hilton neck and neck thereabouts in a race to make the runoff. And in the contest for LA mayor, where the second place finisher is going to face off against Karen Bass, Republican Spencer Pratt currently holding the lead over Democratic Socialist Nithya Raman.
Is she over there crying like a little 2-year-old now because she knows she's cooked?
Results of both races are facing a long delay, and Steve Hilton is offering a solution.
It just shows you that the competence level of government in California has just completely collapsed in 16 years of Democrat one-party rule.
Well, yeah, no amount of redistricting is going to change the votes. And that's what they fail to seem to, they fail to see that understanding. They fail to have that understanding is the more people that turn out to these votes that are actually voters that aren't imported schizos, they are turning up to these because they're tired of the government that's allowing homelessness and mass importation of job takers. That's what they want that gone. They want it gone. They want the change. And it doesn't matter how many times you try to redistrict California, the voter base is turning up because they're tired and they're scared.
Not another example of why we so desperately need change. I'm actually putting forward an offer to with some specifics that that could be implemented by Gavin Newsom now to speed up this election, to accelerate the outcome.
Matt Finn is live from California's City of Industry in eastern LA County. What's going on this morning, Matt?
Well, Jackie, we are at LA County's massive processing center. This is the location where all of the ballots are supposed to be shipped and counted. And in the latest ballot dump, LA County says it processed 81,000 votes since the first big election night numbers, but there's still 688,000 to go. Karen Bass is strengthening her lead, picking up about 12,000 votes yesterday. Spencer Pratt added about 6,000 and remains in second. Third place, Nithya Raman added nearly 11,000 votes, eating away at Pratt's lead. Now, in the governor's race, an estimate...
Bro, there's no fucking way. There's no way that this bitch is going to catch up and pass up Spencer Pratt. I'm going to call mega bullshit on that. She is crazy. There's no fucking way.
60% of the vote is processed. Republican Steve Hilton...
Keep in mind that all these new votes are mail-in ballots. I want to keep that in mind, guys. These are mail-in ballots that they're counting now.
Remains number one. Democrat Javier Becerra picked up 158,000 votes and is closing in on Hilton within about 1 percentage point. Democrat Tom Steyer in third. Now, the most recent mail-in ballots that were processed are favoring Democrats, as many analysts suggested
I'm sure they will.
Inside the ballot processing center here in LA County, any ballot that was postmarked by Election Day Tuesday must be counted by law. The process takes so long in part because each ballot must have its signature verified, and if there's an issue, there's a 10-day period to have it cured. California's Secretary of State is defending it all, writing, "Accuracy comes before speed." California is the nation's largest voting state with millions of ballots to process and count. Taking the time to do this work correctly protects voters' rights and ensures the integrity of our election. Now, the state of California statewide says it still has 3.6 million ballots left to be counted. So at this rate, it is very likely that we'll be standing here on Monday, reporting to you on Monday, with many more ballots to be counted. Jackie, Bill.
All right, we'll keep watching it. Matt Finn, thank you.
Bring your calculator, Mac, because you're going to need it. Shannon Bream, Fox News Sunday. How you doing, Shannon? Good morning to you. Let's just, Matt was talking about it. Here we go. Process versus ballots remaining, number one. Here we go. 5.6 million, remaining 3.6.
There's still 3.6 million, dude.
No, Shannon, the way they're counting, could be August.
Dude, there's no way.
Yeah, it could be, and that's why it potentially sparks real trouble for people who say, listen, you open the door to conspiracy theories and conjecture about what's actually going on. Wall Street Journal editorial board has a very interesting...
Well, it's not even just that. It's not even conspiracy theories. That there is a list that you can look at of all of the fraudulent mail-in ballots. There's a list. Like, they covered it, that Fox News and other media, social media people that I don't really watch because I don't care about because a lot of it shit's fake. They went around and pulled people's names off, and they went to the names and the locations of where these people lived, and they're like, you're 84, yet it says that you're like 30 something, or like someone being 109 years old going out to vote or mailing in a vote. It is like, yeah. It's not just a conspiracy. Like, they're actively, fucking up whenever they're trying to cheat.
He's saying, listen, there could be nothing sinister here, but they call it indefensible that a state like California has not figured this out.
They go up and ask the people if they vote, and they're like, no, I haven't voted in X amount of years. And it's like, well, why are you allegedly a 79-year-old, and this is your address? And it's like, I don't know. Probably because they're stealing people's identifications.
It's like Florida, you know, election night exactly what's happening. So maybe take some pointers, you know, you blue states, red states, they're laboratories of democracy, but, you know, maybe there's a different way to do this. Now, Governor Newsom did sign a bill last year that shortens and says counties have to have all their ballots counted in 13 days. It used to be 30 days, but there are extensions too. So I don't know that that solves the problem.
Yeah, they say it's normal there, that we're looking at this very long timeline, and it seems crazy to people in other parts of the country. But here's what Steve Hilton says it feels like over there. Listen to this.
Around the world, they're laughing at California, saying these guys that think they're the head of the center of the technology revolution, AI, Silicon Valley, all of these things, they're changing the world, but they can't run an election.
Good point.
How quickly could you change the system? Really, though?
Well, the interesting thing is that there is a Supreme Court case pending right now. The court's already heard it. We're waiting at this end of the term in June. We get all of these last decisions, the big ones. This one came out of Mississippi, and it deals with a state law that says how long you can count ballots after Election Day, if they're postmarked, what the grace period is there. So I can't wait. We're going to get opinions next Thursday. Maybe that's in the pile, but it's certainly something that could, you know, be a big resounding ripple effect across the country based on what they decide in Mississippi.
Yeah, you know, this all changed during COVID, and California changed.
COVID's over. COVID's over. They allowed mail-in ballots for COVID. COVID's over. COVID's been over for almost 6 years now. COVID's done. Stop talking about COVID. Move on from it. COVID's over. No. Mail-in ballot should be over because COVID's over. That's all there is to it. We should have voter ID, and we should completely get rid of mail-in voting. If you can't take your ass to the voting booth, then you obviously don't care. That's all there is to it. You are allotted by law the time to leave your job and go and vote. By law. There is no excuse.
They were on steroids, the way they were changing their election laws in 2001, and just extending the grace period that they were giving so many people, and it's led to this. And you know, Shannon, it's
I agree. Mail-in votes should have identification and a legitimate reason. Period. No exception.
Radar. Because we've been focused on national elections 2 years ago and the midterms 2 years before that. But California, like determining the balance of power in the House, we've been waiting on California for 4 years now. And yet again, we've got this one. Meanwhile, in the Senate earlier today, they passed the funding for Border Patrol and ICE. The House expected to pass it midweek next week. I got to think the Trump administration is high on that and very happy with that. Meanwhile, Josh Hawley's talking about a provision in this bill that would fight child sex trafficking. Here's Hawley now in the Senate floor.
This would be the biggest surge against child traffickers ever in the history of the federal government. 200 new cops to go after child traffickers and to go rescue children who are trapped in sex trafficking. It would also coordinate federal, state, and local law enforcement so they together can go and rescue these kids. Every second counts, every second. So getting this done right now, getting it to the president, it's going to save lives.
So that is a provision. These are big bills, as you know. That was a provision that I imagine is not on the radar of a lot of people, Shannon.
Yeah, and you guys know that Tim Tebow, the former football star, he has been on Capitol Hill for years advocating over this kind of thing. It is a common cause for he and his wife. They fight on this all the time, saying it's a tough thing to talk about. People don't like to think about it. It is a stomach-turning issue, but it's a real issue. So fighting to get this funding in here was really critical for those who care about this. As you guys know, goes to the House now, can't change a thing, or you got to start this process over. So can Speaker Johnson keep the coalition together? I mean, you've seen Republicans break off on the War Powers resolution vote, on the funding for Ukraine vote. Can he keep them together? He's got a tough job. We'll find out next week.
All right, Shannon, what's on deck for Fox News Sunday?
So we have got two senators from the Intel Committee, Mark Warner, Democrat.
Let's watch a body cam video. Let's watch some copy sloppy. Let's go, boys. What do we got? Oh, that's the murder of deputy. Racist bully gets the shit beat out of him. I kind of want to watch this one.
Sir, do you need medical attention? I don't. I just got a busted knuckle. He gonna need some medical attention, though. I'm not gonna lie. I hit him with, I got a little portable speaker in my car.
Is he intoxicated or?
He's drinking a beer right now.
Okay.
Leaning on my car, I asked him, can you please back up? What's the issue?
Yeah.
And he's like, there's no issue. And then he pushed my car. I was just like, hey, step away from my car. I stepped out. I'm asking, like, what's the issue? He gets tough, start taking off his clothes and stuff, pushing me, and say, there's no issue. I back up, reach in my car, grab my speaker. I'm like, hey, I want you to get away from me. Can you please go over there? It's all on camera. She got it. Then he pushed me.
Man, these guys just trying to hang out, have a good old time, and you got this dumbass going around, dude.
That's when I swung.
Okay. You need fire up here.
I don't blame him either. Hell, it's a good thing he hit him. Bro over here trying to harass them.
Medical attention.
He should be thankful they didn't beat his ass.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we step in?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else here?
Yeah, I might be here. I'm gonna call you back.
Oh, is that the guy? Oh, that's the guy. I thought it was the old man. It's not.
I do.
Yeah.
What a dumbass.
I've been jumped, and now the police are here. There's 1, 2, 3 cops, buddy. My head is split wide open.
They said he was racist. I believe it.
Open, buddy.
Yo! It always kind of like, I always find it kind of funny whenever some of these guys, they like have that flag on their car in some way, shape, or form. Like, dude, come on. What are you doing? Bro, look, there's another one. Look inside of the cabinet. Look. Look inside the cabinet. Look. Look, there's another one. Bro.
In front of me, some black dude from next door has called the cops on me. Send my mom, send whoever.
Can you talk?
Boys, I do believe we've got a bona fide racist here. Man, put his ass in jail and keep him there.
Thank you. Yep.
It looks like you tried to cause some problems with some colored folk over there, kind gentleman. Well, I reckon it's a good thing they beat the shit out of you. Now we're gonna go and bring you to jail, sir.
What's going on, man? What's going on? Let's go out here. Hold on, what's there?
Yo!
Go right out here. Right out here where the dude is jumping.
Morning, Cross Forever.
Dude, we're gonna try to get the bottom. We're not gonna go out the side and start hooting and hollering.
Him.
We're gonna do it from right here.
We're gonna do it from right here.
Yeah.
So I get my.
Yo! Immediately starts making up shit. Bro, I don't know a single person. I don't know a single fucking person in my life that tries to come up with a story and they're yelling about it and it turns out well for them. Bro! Immediately gets triggered.
Head split wide open from right here, and you give a about him?
No.
Him.
I didn't say that.
Okay, let's step out on
No,
the
we're gonna
porch.
stay right here.
No, we're not.
Bro, this guy is crazy.
Step back is what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Step back.
Have I committed a crime here? Do you see
We're
me?
trying to get you taken care of.
You, I'm fine.
Yo! Holy crap, man.
I want out on that porch.
Just wait a minute.
I want out on that porch.
He's so drunk. He's either drunk or he's got a concussion.
You, him, him. Do you see my head?
I do.
Oh, they gonna fuck you all right. They gonna fuck you real hard. Don't worry about it.
I want out. Now I'm leaving.
Woo! Oh, I wouldn't have done that.
Jimmy, do you see this?
Place your hands behind your back now.
Because why?
Because you're out of control, that's why.
Because I've been attacked.
He's pretty aggressive right now, so we got him in handcuffs because he wanted to push out and start fighting with these guys again. So
We're trying to get you.
A reason why I say he sounds drunk, it may not be because he's drunk. It could also be the concussion. If he got hit hard enough, he probably got a concussion. You'll get slurred speech. You'll also act like this. So he either got a concussion or he's drunk.
Taken care of, man.
Officer Wolf,
We're trying to get the medics to fix your head, man.
I don't care about my head. This is
Well, shit, if he don't care about it, why should we? Put a fucking plunger on that dude's head, stop the bleeding, and send his ass to jail. And what are we talking about here?
will you do me a huge favor? I don't care about going. So we're trying to keep him from coming out here because he wants to come out here, and the last thing we need is more Straight up. I
He's
appreciate
drunk
it.
then, right?
Oh, beyond.
All right, that's what I thought. He shouldn't have been driving, bro.
I agree with you 100%.
You're letting him go! That's him!
But if you guys want to hang out here,
It doesn't matter, man. He said to leave him alone, and you didn't. You were pushing on their property. Like, that's what happens when you go and start fucking with people. Like, why can't you just not be a racist asshole? I mean, it's not difficult.
stand here. If he comes over here, I'll take care of it. I appreciate if you guys don't say a word. You guys can go ahead and let him outside. I got the other half over here.
You can't even make the argument and say this dude's not racist. He has the flags.
Piece of shit over here is the motherfucker that split my goddamn head open. Do you see
this guy is crazy.
Calm down. Why am I sitting on this top?
Can you sit down here for me?
No, I did nothing. Do you see my head?
Yeah. No one cares. No one cares. Just sit down. Sit down so they can send you to the adult daycare.
Piece of shit motherfucker over there did it. No, I'm done. I don't want to go on this cot until my family.
I genuinely don't even understand how, like, he doesn't look even that old. He must be around my age or maybe a little older. How do you, in this day and age, like, how do you grow up racist? I don't get it. Like, especially as a white dude. Like, how the fuck do you manage that? You gotta be, like, homeschooled or something, bro. They still over there fucking their cousins if you still racist, bro. Like, especially in this community. Look at the community he's in. Like, how, bro?
I'm not going on that cot. I don't want to go to the hospital. I'm fine right here.
Can I at least take a look at your head there?
You can take a look at my head right there, and you can charge that.
Yeah, like he's not even that old.
Motherfucker, scumbag, black ass piece of shit right
Jesus, man. Calm down.
That's what you can do. Hey,
whoa!
Hey, shut him up.
Attention for your ass.
Man, you need to take your asses in the house. That cop needs to make sure they're in that house, because all they're gonna do is sit there and spark even more nonsense. They shouldn't even be on that porch.
I call medical attention for your ass. I call medical attention
It's like, you should be thanking me, bitch.
for you because I love you like a son.
Oh, bro. Couldn't even stand there and fight. He was too busy trying to run. Now he's trying to act tough now that he's handcuffed.
Scumbag, racist piece of shit over there to go to jail.
Hey, Mike, just so the medics know, have you had any alcohol or drugs today?
No, I don't drink.
He lies. He lying. Look at him. He's lying. He's lying. Everybody there knows he's lying. Everybody watching knows you lying. Everybody that see the video knows you lying. You lying.
Dude,
why are you lying?
Over there,
Take prescription medication?
Nope.
Mike, what caused all this tonight, man?
What caused all this is I came over here to talk to my buddy.
You know what caused it? Another mentally ill, racist moron that decided he was going to go over and harass his neighbors, probably from some kind of housing dispute. And big surprise, they fucking laid into his dumb ass, and now he's being arrested.
He came out and apparently has a problem with white people. He don't like white people, so that's where this all. Do you see my head? Yeah. Do you see his head? Yeah. Uncuff me, I'm done.
We're not done yet, man.
I am done. Do you see me? Do you see him? Uncuff me! Okay, goodbye.
You're not going anywhere, bud.
Let me go.
You're trying to lean into me. I'm just going to let you fall to the ground. I'm trying not to do that because I want you to...
The thing is like, this dude has a bunch of Confederate flags in his house. He walked over and started pushing on their car. He's the people who owned the vehicle were like, please leave us. They were black. They were like, please leave us alone. Please stop pushing on the car. Can we help you with anything? Like they were actually, it sounded like they were trying to be genuine. Either that or they're really good liars. And, the guy like pulled a speaker out and was like, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to hit you over the head with it. And, well, I mean, and now he's being combative with police, which makes the story that they're saying a lot more trustable than this guy, because this guy is acting absolutely belligerent and sporadic. So
Just want to let go.
All right.
Hey.
Dude, you're going to fall.
What are you fighting?
he's just going to walk away. Said bye.
You try to walk away again, I'm putting you on the ground.
I've done nothing.
Nobody said you done anything.
Why is he trying to take me to the hospital. I don't want to go to the hospital.
I think he is just being an asshole, but it makes a better YouTube title if you call him racist. I mean, let's be honest here.
They're gonna
Whoa! Whoa! Bro's pulling out some jujitsu or something. What is this?
Oh.
Yo!
That was just my microphone getting kicked.
Mom!
Got the legs. That's good.
You're going to the hospital, and then you're going to jail. You understand me? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, dude! Yo!
You f***ing ass piece of shit! I'll see you in court.
All right.
Bro, this guy is crazy.
Bullshit. Bullshit, motherfucker. I'm not going on that gurney. Mom! Get him up. Mom!
Maybe it's both. He's acting sporadic and spastic.
You're not gonna kick people and hurt people. I ain't hurt nobody. You motherfuckers going to jail. Hey! Stop it!
They tasing him. Yo, you know, whenever he saw that taser come out, he was like, oh! Well, actually, he says it, doesn't he? He's just like, hey, hey, hey!
Going to jail. Hey!
Yo, tase him a few more times for me, dog. Yo!
You see me? I'm the threat. Yeah. If he's
Yeah?
kicking a battery, he's what he wants.
You get it all?
Yo! Yo, base neighbors. Base neighbors, bro.
This suspect, Michael, was charged with aggravated battery.
Yo! Yo! If I was those neighbors, they'd be like, man, shut your bitch ass up before we get the cops over here to tase you again.
Peace officer, hate crime,
Yeah.
and aggravated resisting obstructing. He is presumed
Oh,
innocent unless proven
shit,
guilty
dude,
in a
this
court
is
of
too
law.
good.
While Michael was never able to lay his hands on the victim, this next racist suspect sucker punches multiple staff members at a bar.
Yo, he just assaulted two of us. What's going on?
Huh?
What's going on with these guys right here?
No, they tried to make me pay more money than I owe.
But they say you didn't pay your tab or something? Or?
No, I paid my tab. Go in there and look.
No.
How do they know my name?
Sir, I'm just they called me over here. That's why I'm here, okay? I'm here to keep peace. Want to make sure nothing's going to happen. No one's going to fight.
You shut up.
Hey,
whoa!
I work here, dude.
I will beat your ass. I will fucking beat your ass.
That guy needs to fuck off. That other guy that just walked up, he needs to fuck off. They should bring his ass in jail, too, for inciting this. He needs to take his ass somewhere else. This dude right here needs to go the fuck on. He needs to take his ass somewhere else. The police officer, if there's only one of them, and he is talking to this man right here, this dude needs to shut the fuck up and take his ass back in that restaurant until he's allowed to speak. They need to take this motherfucker to jail, too.
Gonna fight.
You shut up.
Hey,
I'll beat your ass.
Hey.
Shut your fucking mouth.
I work here, dude.
I will beat your ass. I will fucking beat your ass.
Pointing me again.
What do you mean? I point at you, bitch.
Calm down.
Nah, you get out of the way.
Calm down.
Let us do this.
Listen to me.
See, you're not in Texas, man. You can't both agree to fisticuffs in front of an officer because you're not in Texas, okay?
You're gonna end up in jail. Stop.
What do you go? What?
You want to go to jail?
No.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back, bud.
I don't want to go to jail.
All right, then chill out. Because I ain't playing games.
All right.
I ain't playing games with you. All right, you need to chill the out. You have your ID on you?
No.
You don't have anything? What's your name?
I ain't giving it to you.
You want to go to jail?
I'm not giving you my name.
I'm telling you right now, you better stop.
Get off my shirt.
Chill out.
Get off my shirt.
Where'd that guy go? being the blame for you people chipping out. You see, that's crazy. Why would you want to bring race into something? I'm white. My mom abused me. I never really was allowed to have friends because I got pulled out of middle school. I've been around people that did drugs. My father was never in the picture. I have ADD, ADHD, depression, tics, and impulses. I moved away from my mom at the age of 16 and moved to an entirely different state. I moved from Louisiana to Texas to go to high school and finish high school. I went to college. And you know what I did after that? Midway through my high school, I cow chopped, but I finished high school. And you know what I did after that? I eventually worked for Walmart, and then after that, I worked for the United States Postal Service, and then after that, I worked for Aldi, an independent school where I was a school bus driver, and then after that, I went to college and became a firefighter. Whenever all you do is base things around skin color instead of what leads to your outcome in life, you'll never be successful. Skin color isn't the reason why these people aren't successful. They're not successful because they never tried. They want to always play a victim card, and it has nothing to do with their skin color. White people do it all the time, too. Like, I'm just going to ban you because you're retarded. You have the right to remain retarded. Anything you can and will say will be used against you in your ban. Have a good life. Because you're a racist piece of dog shit. Bye-bye.
Put your hands on your
All right, I will chill. I will chill.
Chill out.
I will chill.
Put your hands behind your
I will
back.
chill.
Sir.
I'm not going to put my hands behind my back.
You're going to put your hands behind your back.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Ask me my name.
All right.
I'll give you what you want.
You're going to chill the fuck
I'll
out,
give you
right?
what you want, yes.
You chill the fuck out.
Yes,
You're not going to play around no more, are you? Are you going to play around? You're going to ruin your Sunday. You need to chill out.
Listen.
No, you listen.
I haven't.
You listen to me.
I haven't been playing around.
Huh?
I don't consider this playing around.
I do. I think it's stupid, childish.
I think it's stupid too.
All right, then calm down.
All right.
Calm the
All
down.
right, let go of me.
No, you're going to put your hands behind your back is what you're going to do.
No, I'm going to put them down.
Put them on your back.
No, I'm going to put them down. I'm not putting my hands behind my back. I've done nothing wrong.
That's weird.
Dude, you're going to get
It's weird
drilled.
that it just like
I've done
closed
nothing
on you.
wrong.
You suck up on 94.
I paid my tab and I left.
Huh?
I paid my tab and I left.
Sit on the
He
ground.
was calling, he was effectively calling black people impulsive and saying that they, because they don't have fathers in their lives, that they are the way they are. And I hate to break it to you, they're the way they are because they chose to be that way. Whenever you boil it down, everybody knows what right and wrong is. Everybody knows that if you do drugs, you're probably going to get arrested. And if you choose to do them, then you chose to break the law. And that's all there is to it. If your mindset is that you want to actually move up and get out of like a bad area, you want to do right by society, you want to be like a contributing member of society, you want to do things in your life that will matter to the people around you, you like genuinely, if you give two shits, you will not do drugs, you will not get yourself arrested being stupid. Your skin color has nothing to do with that. It hasn't had anything to do with it for over 20, 40, 50 years now. Like, there are so many generations that have grown up inside of a skin colorless culture. It pains me to see DEI and woke programs bring it back. It does.
Sit on the
sit.
Sit on the ground.
I will stand.
Sit on the ground now. Sit down on the ground.
You ain't going to tell me what to do.
Sit on the ground.
I'll lean against this post.
You're going to sit on the ground.
I'm not going to sit
You're going to sit on the ground. What you're going to do?
stupid.
Sit on the ground.
Do you think I'm that dumb?
Sit on the ground.
Let go of me.
No, I'm not letting you go.
I'll drill
better
you in
sit
the
down.
mouth.
Drill me in the mouth. See what happens to you.
Bye.
Get stupid.
I'm not trying to.
All right, get stupid.
I'm trying to go home.
Sit on the ground.
I'm not gonna sit on the ground.
All right.
I'll stand.
Sit on the ground. Sit down.
I'm not gonna stand.
Sit the down.
Let go of me.
Sit down.
Let go of me.
Sit down. Tell you
Let
right
go
now.
of me.
Tell you right now to sit down.
Let go of me.
Sit down.
Let go of me.
2 seconds still.
You're gonna let go of me.
You got a taser? Yeah,
Dude,
taser ready.
Dude, I'm not.
If you don't get the
He's trying to.
don't sit down, you're gonna get.
How you gonna go into somebody's chat and say "shut up, child" and then expect me to answer your questions? I'm just gonna perma you. Bye. What did you expect to happen? The fuck? Like I owe you a damn thing. Fuck out of here, loser. Why don't you go get a job instead of worrying about anything? Oh, he's gonna get tased. He's gonna send that beer belly. Oh, that beer belly.
Sit on the ground. Sit on the ground now.
That's a big dude.
Let's go.
Just tase him, bro. Oh, there's 2 cops now.
Sit down the ground.
Why?
Sit. Eric, come over here, man.
I'm good.
Get on the ground.
Shut up.
Ground. Get on the ground. Stay down there. Put your Dave. Put your hands. Put your hands. Well, you're gonna get maced. You're gonna get maced. Put your hands behind your back, or you're gonna get maced.
What do you want?
All right. Dave, look out. Look out. Look at me. Look at me. That's it. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. I told you you're gonna get sprayed. Put your hands behind your back.
You're gonna shoot me next?
What's your name now, motherfucker?
Yeah, tough guy.
What's your name?
My name's Tough Guy. Stupid.
Yo, if this guy's drunk, he's got to be great. He's that one family member that's the most stern. And like you talk to him and he says stupid shit, and then whenever he gets like drunk, he's aggro and says stupid shit.
All that talking.
Now you know exactly what kind of family member this guy is.
I thought you were gonna hit me.
You're lying.
See this right here? This camera?
Lying.
See this camera right here?
You're lying.
Yeah, we'll see.
Somebody sit me up.
Nope. You're stay right there.
Nah.
Oh, dude, I love it. They just all standing around him like he's the capture of the day.
You still don't listen.
Just let me sit up.
No. Stay on your side.
Oh, bro.
So you can breathe. There you go. Just like that.
Quit pushing on me.
Just like that.
Let me sit up.
Bro.
So what happened?
So I approached him. I said, "Sir, you saw the tab open at the bar," and then he just went off the handle. He said, "What motherfucker?" I said, "Sir, I'm just saying that you have an unpaid tab," and that's when he approached us and swung on.
He swung at you?
He swung at him first, got him first, actually hit him. He rocked my he hit me over here.
Okay, where'd this all happen at?
Right here. Right here.
So it's because he didn't pay his bar tab? Is that?
He paid one of the servers, and then he still had a live tap at the bar. So he's walking out, and then when my bartender's like, "Shane, when you go get him, he hasn't paid his bar tab." I said, "Okay, not a problem." I'm like, "Sir, you haven't paid a bar tab," and then he got completely belligerent, and then he's like, "Wait, you call me?" I'm like, "No, sir, I'm just saying that you haven't paid a bar tab," and then
he must be a liberal. See, whenever you say one thing and then they immediately misconstrue it into them calling you a bitch, and it's like, no, dude, like, here are the hard facts, the truths. You know what I'm saying? Abortion, being able to not be homeless, drug problems on the streets. You called me a bitch? Sure.
just to assist me, and then that's when he walked off. And then
like,
he
dude.
And then he started swinging.
Who do you swing at? He swung at.
He sucker punched me hard, like rock my dump fighter. Rock my
You have your ID on you?
Yeah.
So I can remember.
And then that's when I went to go get you because he started getting physical.
Y'all took all my just like some fucking Jew-ass thieves.
Oh my god. Boys, we got one. We actually got one. I didn't think, do I even have it pulled up? I thought I had the playlist pulled up. I can't believe it. We got one. We got one. I cannot believe it. We actually got one.
There was a guy who didn't.
Where's it at? There it is. We got one. Remember, guys, it's Israel's fault that he stubbed his toe that morning and had to do all that. Never forget.
What I do? What the fuck did I do? For what?
Come on, man.
I can't see.
Sit back, watch your head.
I can't see. You're gonna take me to jail.
What the hell you need to see for, man? Shut your fat ass up and sit down, pork belly. Shut up. God damn.
Disorderly conduct and battery. Duck your head in so you don't hit it on the car.
Loosen up the cuffs a little bit.
Sit down.
They're tight.
They're as loose as they get.
Bro, you a grown ass man. Suck it up, you whiny bitch. I would pay good fucking money to any police officer that did that. If I saw a police officer say, shut up, you whiny little bitch, you're the biggest one here, and then pops him over the back of the head and proceeds to stuff him in there like a Christmas present in a fucking stocking, I would pay damn good money to see that.
Get it worse, please.
This is ridiculous. Put that big ass fucking pot-bellied dude in there, dude. Enough of this shit. Yo! The guy's knee must have been up against the door and the dude was trying to close it. And he's like, yo! And he's just like, get in there!
This suspect, Derek, was charged with battery, assault on a law enforcement officer, resisting, obstructing without violence, petty theft.
Yo, W6 Jules by Seth Easton. W2 Jules by Steeson? Steeson? What a name.
Disorderly conduct and resisting detention arrest. While he initially pleaded not guilty, he later took a plea deal, changing his plea to no contest in exchange for a sentence of 6 months of probation. He was also ordered to
He's 6 months of jail. That's what he needs.
complete anger management and to have no contact with the multiple victims he punched.
All right, let's run this back
So this dude literally knocked out like 4 people or something.
for a second, because there's something deeper in both of these clips that people might have
Yeah,
missed.
they're both
People-
mentally ill, idiot, freaking schizo racists that need to be in jail or a mental institution and not in general population. Yeah, that's the big problem. Racism has no known ethnicity or color. Racism is very much so multicultural. I don't know if you guys know this, hot take. Racism, it isn't just a white mentality. Big surprise.
Love to break things down by race, background, all that. But what I'm seeing here is simpler and more dangerous. This is what happens when people let emotion run the whole situation. First clip, you've got a guy pulling up, aggressive, yelling, and throwing slurs. That's not just anger, that's someone deciding they're willing to take it wherever it goes.
Is that a band? Someone in the comments said that was a band, that this is a band. I don't have anything against, look, I listen to a band called the Texas Hippie Coalition, all right? Look, it's one of those things. It is. If they had an album that had the Confederate flag on it, I wouldn't care. But the thing is this dude had the Confederate flag plastered multiple times in his house, without the face either. So.
Yelling and throwing slurs. That's not just anger, that's someone deciding they're willing to take it wherever it goes. And once you step into somebody's space
But I don't think that either one of these guys are racist, other than maybe the second guy because of the whole Jew thing. I think that's weird.
You're not in control anymore. You're reacting to whatever comes back. That's why I always say be careful who you live next to, because one bad decision from them can pull you into something you never asked for. Now, second clip, watch the difference. The officer's giving him space, right? Trying to slow it down, but the suspect keeps poking at it, pushing, and talking too much. And I'll be honest, there was a time in policing where that wouldn't last long, but now there's an expectation to hold back and to give more chances. And this is what that looks like. Officers tolerating behavior that most people wouldn't tolerate for 10 seconds until it reaches a point
Well, yeah,
where
that's what I'm saying. Why isn't that other guy? Why didn't he get arrested too? He went over there and caused that escalation. He should be in jail as well. He should be getting arrested. If an officer tells you to go back and you don't do that, you should be arrested. And not multiple times. Once loud enough where he looks at you and he acknowledges what you said and blatantly ignores it. If you come over in a situation where you've had to call the police because there's a guy that's already knocked out 3 people and you're sitting there trying to antagonize it, you need to take your butthurt ass back over to where you came from because you're causing problems. Especially if law enforcement tells you to get the fuck away.
becomes the only option left. So when you look at both of these, it's not about where they came from. It's about the moment they decided not to stop. And that's usually the exact moment everything changes.
All right. That's the stream right there, boys and ladies. W chat, W stream. As always, an amazing, awesome stream. I look forward every morning whenever I roll up out of the bed and I'm like, yeah, buddy, we got to have us a good stream today. Never disappoints. Never, ever, ever. Never disappoints. Make sure y'all go and hype up the videos. Leave comments. Leave comments on comments. Like the videos. Every little bit helps with them views, which, by the way, are still helping. So I'm like, W chat, W viewers, W constant viewers, W Sticks and Rachel for the Discord setup. Y'all are doing awesome. Looks fantastic in the Discord. What else is there? I think that the W Donos, W Jules, W Gifted Channels. I believe Beastie is the one that gave the Gifted Channel memberships. W Gifted Channel memberships. Yeah, if you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. I'm here every day, every single day. I love being here. I love being around y'all. I love doing this. It's fun. It's fun making fun of racist people, regardless of their skin color. It's a great day to be an American, boys. It's always a great day to be an American. Damn straight. Let me see. Let me get the music going. Hold on. Yeah, we'll do this. W chat, W viewers. I'm rolling up out of here. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Enjoy the rest of y'all's Friday. It's already Friday. I'll be back on tomorrow. You know how it goes. We'll have a longer stream tomorrow. But we'll be here same time, same place. Stay away from crazy people. Stay safe out there. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day, their whole life. You never know. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Thanks, chat.
So descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're with my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that